Yeah. Whoa. I speak. We change lives, Jesus. I speak.
Welcome to the TP Masterclass. On behalf of Cliff Cheqona and the entire TP family, we're honored to have you here. You didn't just join a live session. You stepped into a transformational experience designed to help you master your mind, align your emotions, and trade with clarity and conviction. We'll be starting shortly. In the meantime, settle in and prepare your notepad. Like the stream, subscribe if you haven't already. And most importantly, invite someone who needs this. Because around here, we don't just trade, we transform. Let's get started soon.
I speak life, I speak spirit. We change lives, Jesus did it. I speak life, I speak spirit. We change lives, Jesus did it. Step into my Monday. I'm stepping to my Monday. I'm stepping to my Monday. We change lives, Jesus did it. I'm stepping to my Monday. I'm stepping to my Monday. I'm stepping to my Monday. We change lives, Jesus.
What TP Masterclass really is. TP Masterclass is a transformation masterclass that happens every Saturday. It is designed to reshape the way you think, the way you respond, and the way you perform, not just in trading, but in any industry where your mind plays a major role. Even though anyone can benefit from it, the majority of people you'll find here are traders. Why? Because trading is one of the few fields where your mindset, your emotions, and your discipline are tested every single day. Every session blends psychological lessons that help you understand your thinking and your behavior, spiritual lessons that strengthen your inner conviction and identity, practical lessons that give you structure and direction in real life. TP Masterclass exists because most people don't fail due to lack of skill. They fail because their mindset is not prepared for the level they are trying to reach. This masterclass equips you with the mental strength, emotional stability, and clarity needed to perform at a high level, whether you are a trader, an entrepreneur, or someone trying to grow in life. What TP Masterclass really is. TP Masterclass is a transformation.
It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Okay, welcome. I welcome everyone to this episode of TP Masterclass. My name is John, and without wasting much of time, we are here gathered again for the 77th episode of TP Masterclass. As it is our custom, we proceed Masterclass with declarations, and I'd just like to remind us once again why we declare. We declare because declaration is a principle, and we declare because declarations are powerful. As we'll be delving into every episode and segment that is ahead of us, it just makes all the sense that both our mind, our atmosphere is tuned to a frequency that can help us maximize everything that will be coming our way this evening. And basically, declaration is just one of those ways that we can condition our atmosphere, that we can condition our mind and our thought processes to receive everything that will be coming our way, both for the present moment and then for the days ahead. So without wasting further time, we have the declaration right there on the screen. I believe we all can see it. And as it is our custom, we will be declaring 3 times. So the first time, the second time, and then on the third time, we will try our best to personalize the declaration. So after the count of 3, we will proceed with the declaration. So I want to implore you, please try to declare with your energy and with your attention, because declarations are powerful when your emotions are also triggered in the process of doing so. So after the count of three, we declare one, two, three. So we say, I will live long and finish well. My days are not cut short by neglect, by panic, by addiction. I will see the fullness of my assignments. I will live long and finish well. My days are not cut short by neglect, by panic, by addiction. I will see the fullness of my assignments. Finally, we personalize it as we say that I, John, I will live long and I will finish well. My days are not cut short by neglect, by panic, or by addiction. I, John, I will see the fullness of my assignments. That's a powerful declaration to not just even begin the masterclass, but to actually begin a new month. And often, as we say, and I'm not trying to assume that we know, that you can always find the declaration on the Cliff Cheqona website. All you have to do is simple: type in cliffcheqona.com into your browser, go to the declaration section, and every day by 6 a.m. UK time, you will always find the declaration for the day. So I want to implore us that do not let your act of declaration end with TP Masterclass on Saturday. Make it a daily behavior that you use to condition your mind and your day. So, with that all being said, I welcome us to the 77th episode of TP Masterclass. Thank you and enjoy the masterclass. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, John, for the amazing declaration that you just did. Thank you so much. But I hope everyone enjoyed it as much as I did, and hopefully you guys were able to take something from it. Thank you so much. But anyway, thank you guys so much for showing up on time for the TP Masterclass. As most of you already know, my name is Tennessee Shells, and it is a privilege to have you guys here once again for our 77th episode for the TP Masterclass. If you're tuning in from Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, UK, Uganda, US, anywhere that you're tuning in from, just put it in the live chat so that I'll be able to know where everyone is tuning in from. And if you are watching the replay of this exact TP Masterclass, just put replay in the comment section below so that I will know that you guys watch us from the beginning to the end, from the declaration to the end of the TP Masterclass. And if this is your first time here, I want to take 90 seconds to tell you exactly what this space is about, because most people tend to misunderstand it. And I just want to, go ahead to explain what everything is for the trading psychology TP Masterclass that we always have here every Saturday, 6 p.m. UK time. Okay. But to tell you exactly what this means for you is when you come into this space for this TP Masterclass, you're not exactly coming here for signals or for chart patterns or for market predictions or anything of that sort. This is not the kind of place that we do that. You are basically coming here to study yourself. Everything that Cliff teaches in this room falls into 3 categories, and one of them is that when you come here, you find knowledge that will help you arrive at self-awareness, and self-awareness is where you are able to know that, okay,
I am struggling with this and I need help with it. And the second is you'll find tools, practical tools that will help with your self-regulation. It will help you manage your emotions, your impulses, your decisions when the pressure is real. So sorry about the sun. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Let me just, okay. So sorry about that. But yeah, you'll find tools that will help you with self-regulation, and it will help you manage your emotions, your impulses when the decision is real on the financial market. And the third is most people tend to miss is that you'll find the identity transformation, you'll find the architect for your identity transformation, because at the deepest level, this work is not just about fixing your traits, it's about reconstructing your identity to by stacking on your beliefs, your personality, your habits, your behavior. Because once you fix your identity, the results that you are looking for from your trading journey will start to follow. So wherever you are, whoever you are in this space, whether you are a trader or a person who wants to understand why they keep acting against their own best interest, this is the place for you. I also want to remind everyone to make sure to keep this space very respectful. As I always say, every Saturday, 6 p.m. UK time, that we are here to learn. So anything negative, anything that may not align with what we believe in, once you put in the live chat, we will quietly remove you from the stream. It's not anything personal, it's just something we have built as a standard for us when it comes to streaming on YouTube for a TP Masterclass. So make sure that you are keeping everything very respectful. And before we continue, I want us to take a moment to revisit the key insights from last week's session, because last week we continued our Profitable Trader series with a powerful teaching on trading as a speculative business, where Cliff explored the mindsets and principles required to approach trading as a sustainable business rather than a source of quick income. So that session also introduced the 4 laws of speculative business and the importance of protecting capital, removing financial pressure from trading, and building additional income streams to support long-term success. And if you missed that session, or you simply want a refresher, we will play the replay of that exact TP Masterclass very shortly. So let's watch the replay right now, and then I'll be right back.
If trading is not a speculative business, fear of missing out is not your problem. It is the nature of the business and what it creates. A speculative business simply means a business that you are going to speculate your way through it. But the only reason why it is no more gambling is because we have attached business to it. So do not let anybody convince you that you are in the business of a cash cow. You are in the business of a speculative structure. And so the same way a speculative business also have laws. The law number 1 is that a speculative business operates on probability. It means there is no certainty in this business. Law number 2 is a speculative business multiplies capital. It does not generate income. So that means the input here is the capital and the output is the multiplied capital. A speculative business requires capital preservation above all else. As a trader, the reason why you need to love stopping losses is because you can get lucky making money, but you don't get lucky preserving your capital. The law number 4, a speculative business must be isolated from personal financial pressure. That means when your personal financial needs and the trading account occupy the same space, you are in trouble. If you don't understand things like this, you will not have conviction, ladies and gentlemen. And so if you understand this, it changes everything, because a speculative business does not generate money from nothing. It takes existing capital and multiplies it through the edge of the system.
So that was the recap for last week's session. So if you missed that, please go ahead to rewatch that video, because it was a lot to learn. So make sure that you are not missing any episode of ours. So we are now going to get into the testimonies for this TP Masterclass today. So let's have the testimonies, please. Is the testimonies ready for me to read out to the community, please? Thank you very much. So here are the testimonies for today. So this one says, replay from Kenya. Thank you for the session, Cliff. It's always great to hear from you, Cliff. I am always proud to be your student and part of CSOT and generally TP family. Listening to you is always like a conviction. You are really a revelation to this generation. God bless you, said TP family to the world. Amazing. Oh Lord, what a paradigm shift. God bless you, Mr. Cliff, simplifying such a complex concept so that we can understand is such a great gift. Exactly. I'm glad we are on the same page. And the rest of the testimonies, please. It's a blessing learning the in-depth truth about trading business. It has uprooted a lot of misinformation about the business and to help make better informed decisions going forward in this journey, which is building capacity outside of trading to help my trading. Amazing to hear. And the last one says, ever since I joined TP Masterclass, my profits are consistent. I am very grateful. So amazing to hear that your profit has been consistent. I hope you're also having some withdrawals as well as you are getting your profit. So is there any more testimonies? Okay, so that was just the only testimonies that we have today. But as most of you already know, please remember to grab your notebook and your pen, your pencils, your notepad, anything that you use to take notes with, because we are about to get into the into the teaching side of the TP Masterclass, and I don't want you guys to miss anything. And today we also have Mr. Kema coming out to teach us something today. And also remember to share your testimonies on by scanning the QR code that just came on the screen. Scan the QR code and share your testimony, whether by text or by image or by video. You'll be able to submit it right there, and we will be able to share it with the rest of the TP family when we are live on our TP Masterclass. So without any further talking from me, please stay tuned for more because we have a lot in stores for you guys, and I don't want you guys to miss anything. Thank you so much and enjoy the stream.
It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading.
Why we have an edge segment and what it is. The edge segment in TP Masterclass exists because every performer, whether a trader, entrepreneur, or professional, needs to understand what gives them an advantage. Your edge is a combination of how you think, how you make decisions, how you manage pressure, and the level of self-awareness you bring into your work. Two people can learn the same skill, but one with a stronger edge will always outperform the one relying only on knowledge. This segment helps you understand what an edge truly is, how you identify and personality influence your performance, how to recognize your natural strengths and weaknesses, and how to build a personal advantage that works for you in real conditions. We introduce the edge segment because most people fail, not because they lack skill, but because they don't know the kind of performer they are. Without that understanding, they follow methods that don't match who they are, and that creates inconsistency and emotional pressure. The goal of this segment is simple: to help you discover the advantage within you, strengthen it, and use it to perform consistently in your industry. When you understand your edge, you stop trading or working blindly. You start operating with clarity and confidence. Why we have an edge.
Hello, TP family. Hello, TP family. If you can hear me, give me some number ones in the chat. Give me some number ones in the chat if you can hear me. If you can hear me loud.
Mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading.
Hello, TP family. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, kindly give me some number ones in the chat. Okay, if you can hear me, say the highest. Say the highest. If you can hear me, say the highest in there. I want to see that. I want to see that. Highest, highest. Type highest. Type highest. If you can hear me loud and clear, type highest in the chat. Great. Awesome. Beautiful and wonderful day to be here with you all once again. I believe that you all have missed me, and then I owe you a very big explanation, right? But I'll leave Cliff to do that, right? But today we are going to do something different, something extraordinary. I'm going to give you a cue. If you follow what I'm about to talk about today, trust me, it's going to change your trading game for good. I learned this the hard way, and unfortunately, I learned it a little bit late, but it's definitely not too late if I have still learned it at a time when I can still make use of it. And probably it might be early for you to hear this, and therefore it's going to bless your life. All right, let's pray. Father, Lord in heaven, thank you for a wonderful day like this. I bless your name. Thank you, Father, Lord in heaven, for life in abundance. Grant me utterance, grant me wisdom, understanding to preach to your people your word. Amen. All right, let's move on. Okay, so guys, today I am basically going to be sharing something about trading profitability, right? Trading profitability. All right. Trading profitability. Now, it is a very, very sad thing to see an individual who has put in a lot of work into craftsmanship, and in the long run, we realize that that individual is not able to make any profit or any progress in the kind of energy that they exert in the market. And this is why this particular topic is very, very essential, because even though the topic might be very popular, a lot of traders, mentors in the industry who are put in the position to dissect this particular topic tend to speak about it in one way. And sometimes it feels like maybe they just don't want to uncover the hidden area, or the profits that come from that hidden aspect or the other aspect. And they only share what, insights they want to give out. But it's time for us to be able to open the basket and then give it out all onto traders, for traders to be able to know what actually makes a trader profitable in the market, right? What actually makes a trader profitable in the market? So let's go in there. Every single week, someone makes an expensive mistake, whether it is a career decision that they make that will take a toll on them, whether it is sort of an ideology that they pick up, right, whilst growing up, orientation based, or anything at all that they pick from a mentor, an individual who is in a position of power, they just pick from them, that actually takes a toll on their journey or in their career, right? And it is essential that we would all be able to notice some of these things to be able to set ourselves in the right area so that we can be able to move forward. We all have the right intentions when we are making some of these decisions, but in the long run, they tend to become things that will hurt us. And we might not necessarily see them from when we are making the decision, but it is later on that we will get to see some of them, right? Now, it is important for me to start from this area. So I'm going to start from thinking in systems. In every area of life,
that you are in, not just trading, right? Every area of life, there are systems, and we need to be able to understand and respect the systems. Once you understand and respect the systems or know the systems that work in that particular area, you would be able to go according to what the systems are giving you at a point in time so that you'll be able to move forward faster. A car has a system. If you do not understand how to navigate the systems of a car, you will not necessarily be able to move that particular vehicle, or you might be able to move it, but you might not necessarily be able to go far. So think of your career as a vehicle that you have not necessarily studied so well, its component and then all, right? And you sit in that particular vehicle and all you know is, okay, accelerator moves forward and then brake stops. If you want to go to, like reverse, you have to probably bring the gear to reverse. But what if you don't know the system or how to actually put that car in a reverse, right? So all these systems are put in place for the car to be able to move forward and then backwards. If you put a car in reverse, when you actually thought that you were going to go forward, what will happen? The car will actually go back. And if you put a car in a drive mode, when you actually were thinking to go backward, the car will actually move forward. And at the end of the day, you end up crashing ahead of something that you did not plan to crash into, or crash behind on something that you did not plan to crash into. So the intention was to actually do a particular thing, but because you did not understand the system and how it works, you ended up doing something else. That's why I said most of us have the best of intentions when they come into the market, but unfortunately, because we do not have this knowledge, we tend to do other things as well. All right. Now, as I said, I learned this the hard way, and then many of my friends have moved forward having known this particular system and then utilize that particular system. All right. And then it is time for you to also come into the area where you will be able to move forward. Now, thinking in systems is the ability to be able to view the patterns in a particular area that actually works or helps move that particular area, just like I explained the vehicle analogy, right? And thinking in systems is what changed my game recently, right? And it will also change yours. Now, your career is a system. My marriage is a system. I need to understand that, okay, so in marriage, there's the father, there's the wife, there's the children. And each of these people actually have what they do in order to have that particular family run or family system actually move forward. And so when we come into the business of trading, or when we come into trading and how to actually make profit in trading, it is very essential for me to break it into two. The area where a lot of mentors have actually talked about so many times, and the area that most of us refuse to talk about. So there are these two areas. There is the craftsmanship, and then there is the business model, right? So keep that in mind. First of all, the craftsmanship, right? And then the business model. I'd like to share a whiteboard so that I would have been able to write a few things on there. All right. But subsequently, as time goes on, I'll be able to do that. But please pick up your pen and pick up your notes, even if I'm not able to inscribe or put down anything, like you can also put them down on your own. All right. So let's move on. All right. So there is the craftsmanship, and then there's the business side of it. So craft and then business. What is the difference between these two? I'm just basically going to dissect both areas. We have talked so much about craft, but we have not necessarily talked about business so much. But the business is very easy to understand as well, if you think about it clearly. The business of trading is very, very easy to understand. And I'm going to break it down. Now, it's very essential to understand how this works, because if you don't, you would end up not making it work well for you. Now, let me give you an example. There's a story. In the 1900s, British officials in India were worried about the growing population of cobras. I'm sure most of you have heard this story before, right? And so they created what seemed like a reasonable policy. What they said was, I will pay each and every single person who brings a dead cobra. You think about it. We will pay, the government would pay any person who is able to bring a dead cobra, right? And this seemed like something or a system that is being put in place to eradicate the cobras that were in the system, or the growing population of cobras, right? But along the line, they started seeing something unreasonable happen. What did they start seeing? They started seeing that more cobras were actually coming into the system. And the question was, how are these cobras actually coming in? The main nugget is the people found what we call a loophole. What did they find? They found out that they could actually breed the cobras on their own or rear the cobras on their own. Then they'll kill the cobras, bring them, and then come and collect the money. So something that started as a perfect system that was supposed to help eradicate what? The breeding or the growing population of cobras in that particular area, which is New Delhi, now became something that was a system for people to now breed more cobras and then bring them specifically to come and collect money. In that area, what we say is a perfect example of system deficiency. So you see that the system can be there, but if you do not know how to use the system, you can be what? You can actually be going on the wrong. Something that you decided to eradicate can actually rather grow and become bigger. I hope you get it. So at that particular point in time, the people were focusing on the instant reward that they were getting, and they started ignoring the main goal. Why that policy was instated in the first place. And that is what a lot of retail traders do. We focus more on making money in the market. So when we come into the market, lately you hear a lot of traders say, how do I make, like this amount of money? How do I turn this amount of money to that amount of money? And sometimes if you hear the profit range that they are talking about thousands of percentages on a very small account. I'll be getting. A lot of retail traders now come to me and they ask me, how can I turn $50 to $500 within a short possible, period of time? How can I turn $300 to $10,000? Or Kema, is there a possibility for me to turn $500 to $5,000 within 1 month? Previously, I used to have traders come to me and say, how can I learn how to navigate this particular area? So you see the shift. The shift has now gotten to the point where we have now become an Indomie generation. Everybody wants things at a fast rate. I get it. Everybody wants things at a fast rate. And so how fast can I get profit? Previously, we used to have good swing traders. Now, many traders have transitioned into day trading, and many more have transitioned into scalping because many traders are looking for what? Instant gratification on the market. I hope you understand. So now let me take the first area, which is craftsmanship, right? Craftsmanship. What exactly can we talk about craftsmanship? There are 4 components of craft of trading. So we have the craft of trading and the business of trading. So the craft of trading, 4 main components that an individual trader must be able to look out for. We are all talking about profitability here. For an individual to be profitable, these are the areas to look out for. Craftsmanship, so you build the craftsmanship, then you build the business. Most of us build the craftsmanship, but we forget the business. So I'm starting from the craftsmanship before I go to the business. So I'm saying that there are 4 main components to look out for when you're looking for the craftsmanship. Craftsmanship, the first one, we are talking about the market understanding. Have you ever heard a lot of mentors saying, the first thing that you need as a trader is knowledge? Have the knowledge in the market, know about something. Yes, because it is true. If you do not have knowledge of an area, it is very difficult to navigate that particular space. So the first thing that a trader should be able to have is an in-depth understanding of how a particular area works. Now, I'm not even talking about just trading. Every area that you want to delve into. Imagine if you walk into a doctor's office and they say, oh, this doctor is a surgeon. He has never, ever done any surgeries. Never. He just graduated and he came into the hospital. And they are saying that this particular surgery that they are about to do is a very, very dire one. A slightest mistake could cause the life of that particular individual. Now tell me, if you're an individual who is bringing that patient to the hospital, would you freely, out of your heart, grant that patient to that particular doctor? Or upon hearing that there has been a doctor who is in the hospital already, a surgeon who is in the hospital already done so many surgeries and successfully completed them, which one would you be able to do, or hand over the patient to? You definitely hand the patient over to the one who has what? Experience in addition to the knowledge that they are basically what? Had. So yes, we say that, okay, so knowledge, but you see, it's threefold. Knowledge, understanding, and then finally execution. I'm coming to that part, right? But first of all, let's talk about knowledge and understanding. I need to know, but the fact that I know doesn't mean I understand. Think about it carefully. I need to know. But the fact that I know does not necessarily mean I understand. There are a lot of people who know, but they do not understand. There are a lot of people who have an idea about, but they do not have a core understanding of what exactly is going on in there. And this is an area that we as retail traders should be able to work on. If you are not a trader and you are in any other business, this is an area that you need to be able to do what? Work on. Understanding the area in which you have decided to endeavor in, whatever the profession is. So this is the area where we start talking about the trend. Where is the market going to? How is it traveling towards wherever it's going to? So you talk about direction. Then you talk about structure. Okay, so I need to learn every single thing that helps me know the direction of the market. So pen some of these things down. Direction, write it down. Direction. So what are some of the things that I need to know? What are some of the concepts that I need to know if I am looking forward to understand the direction of the market at a particular point in time? Direction can be in two ways, whether market is going towards the upside or towards the downside, or market might be stagnant. It means that it has not taken any direction just yet. It's just what? Consolidating or accumulating within a particular region, right? Now, if I want to know whether the market is going to go towards the upside or towards the downside, first of all, I need to understand the language of the market. This is where I start delving into candlestick patterns and formations, the principles of candlestick patterns and formations. Some people will learn about chart patterns because after learning candlestick patterns and formations, they want to understand the kind of frameworks that comes along with what? Candlestick patterns and formation. So you realize that some people, after learning candlestick patterns and formations, will go deeper and then be learning things like bearish pennants, bullish rectangles, bearish rectangles, rising wedge formations, falling wedge formation, understanding breakout of these particular regions, how to enter those particular areas. Then, they keep going deeper and deeper. I hope you understand. But first of all, direction. All right, direction. Then structure. Okay, I've been able to get the direction of the market. Price is going towards the upside. Well, what price is going towards the upside? How exactly can I identify where I can jump into such trades? Because there's a tendency that price may be going towards the upside. You will still buy in the market and make a loss. And you as a retail trader should sit down and ask yourself, why did I make a loss in the buy market when I bought? It means that there is something that I need to apply over there. And then sit back and then ask yourself, okay, what can I learn in order to help me understand the movement of this, so that when market is buying, I don't just jump in. I locate specific regions to jump into. And we have basically spoken about some of these things in our past sessions, in our past TP Masterclass. You can go back to the start and then rewatch those sessions. We talked about them over and over again. I hope you get it. So then you realize that you are building upon your knowledge, but you're not just building upon the knowledge, you're understanding how the market actually works. You talk about supply and demand, you talk about support and resistance. We are basically all putting all under what? Market understanding, liquidity, and then all. I'll be getting. Then from there, you come out of that area and then start looking at the areas where you have control over, and the areas where you don't have control over. This also, we have talked about this before. We have absolute control areas, partial control areas, and then we have no control areas. No control areas, for example, time. The time when a price is going to move from one area to the next, you don't know. So you need to be able to what? Understand that, okay, this area I can't control, let me leave it. I'll be getting. Then, okay, my entries on the market, I can control my entries because whatever I learned, I have a criteria of jumping into the market. Until I see that, I'm not jumping into the market. That is an absolute control. So when you see it, then you jump in. If you don't see it, you don't jump in. Absolute control. Where price is coming to, partial control, because you can mark more than one area, but you don't know specifically where it is going to use to what? Actually move. So now you can basically see point A, point B, point C. And in the previous session, Clifford Cheqona talked about what? Talked about markets not being what? Certainty, about certainties, but about probabilities. If you remember. Market is not about certainties, it's about probabilities. And so you must understand that in the market, you are not basically coming here and saying, it must live here. You hear a lot of people use these words. It must. No. There's a possibility that. A code. It may. This is the kind of conversation that we have around the market table. I'll be getting when it comes to market understanding. So in-depth understanding. Then we move on to the next one, a repeatable strategy. So all the concepts that I mentioned, they are not strategies, they are concepts. Candlestick patterns and formations, chart patterns, demand and supply, market structure, they are concepts. But out of these concepts, an individual can sit down and confluence them into a strategy. So you have a car, but they are components of a car. So you can have the what? The wheels, which is the tire. When you come to Africa, most of us call it the tire, right? The car tire. In the US, we call it the wheels. I'm saying we call it like I'm in the US. Call it the wheels, right? Then we have the body of the car. We have the engine of the car. These are all different components. But these components need to come together in order to form a what? A system out of it, whereby now I can what? Initiate the gearbox. Now I can do this because it is connected to A and connected to B, the car can work. But when the engine is sitting down, you can run the engine and the engine will be working, but that car ain't going nowhere without a gearbox. That car ain't going nowhere without wheels. So coming into strategy is you saying that, okay, now I need to confluence this. Now you ask yourself, which of the components do I need to bring together in order to confluence and make a strategy out of it? Okay, I will choose candlestick patterns and formations and market structure, and then maybe trend and trend lines. Okay, that is it for me. Then it means I need to understand the principles that govern whatever strategy that whatever I'm creating a repeatable process. We call it a mechanical process. Why is it mechanical process? Because you create something that you are basically going to use like a machine. Mechanical process. Like you go over it over and over again, repeated. Nothing changes. The same thing over and over again. I'll be getting. And that's the second component of what? Craftsmanship, which is what? The repeatable strategy. So first component, market understanding. Second component, what? Repeatable strategy. The third component is your risk management. You can have a good strategy, a good understanding of how the market works. If your risk management is out of the window, so is your profitability in this market. And all this that I'm talking about is just about craftsmanship. So you see that most of us mentors talk about what? Craftsmanship a lot. We repeat craftsmanship a lot. Everything that we talk about, yes. Strategy, yes. Risk reward management, yes. It all comes in together as an embodiment of craftsmanship, building the craft of trading. And yes, building the craft of trading does brings profit. But we are not looking for instant gratification, okay, instant profit and another. We are looking to grow and we are looking to make profit consistently. That is when business comes in. That is when running your what? Your trading and day-to-day trading activities as a business comes in. Can I move on? And then number 4, we talk about deliberate practice. You can know, you can understand, you can have an in-depth understanding of the area, you can have a thorough recognition of whatever patterns that there is. If you am practicing, someone who came recently would practice and leave you behind. Yeah. Someone who came recently will practice and leave you behind. Have you ever wondered why a lot of professional professors in the industry who teach business are not good businessmen? They are just professors. And then people that they have actually taught and spent time teaching are actually good in the endeavor of business. Have you ever thought about that? It is because these people that they taught went out there and applied themselves to the principles that they were taught by these professors. And so once they go out there and then they are doing, they gain maximum, what we call in project management, we call them OPAs, organizational processing assets. There are things that you have experienced in the market that when you come back and you are telling your professor, even your professor is fascinated by it. I'll be getting it. That's when we are talking about what? Deliberate practice. But having skill alone does not make you profitable. So you see, last week as well, Clifford Cheqona said something interesting that, like it just clicked. And I saw it and I was like, what? Wait, what? Basically, he stated that what? Business comes to grow the money that you make from trading. So you see, craftsmanship basically helps you to be able to stand on your feet and have something going. But it is business that manages that particular thing that is going. How we get it? So business is what manages that particular thing that is going. So yes, you own the car. You have been able to bring together the components and everything else to build a car. You have the wheels, you have the engine, you have the gearbox, you have the whole bodied, like vehicle. Now the car can move forward and backward. But if you don't manage the car well, the car breaks down. Some people's vehicles can move further without maintenance. It might not necessarily break down just right away, but eventually, without maintenance, it breaks down. Think about that for a moment. Right? Eventually, without the maintenance, it does what? It breaks down. And so definitely once you get or acquire that particular system, once you get that particular thing in place, the next thing is to think about what? The management of that particular thing. And the management comes not with what? Craftsmanship or what components you have to learn under craftsmanship. It comes with its own things altogether. And sadly, a lot of retail traders do not necessarily spend time learning the art of what? Running the business. So most of us are traders, but we are not businessmen. I'll be getting. We are not businessmen. Trading can get you your first $10,000. Trading can get you your first $100,000. Craft of trading can get you your first $500,000, $1 million. But if you do not learn how to manage it as a business, you are going to run that whole amount of money that you just gained on the market, you're going to run it back down to zero. I'll repeat that. Craft of trading can earn you your first $10,000, $100,000, $500,000, $1 million. But if you do not learn the art of business, running your trading like a business, attaching your business to your trading, you are going to run that amount of money back down to zero. So let's go to the part 2 of this. Trading as a business. Trading as a business. I believe you are taking notes, right? Trading as a business. The first principle that I penned down was that revenue is not profit. There's a difference between revenue and then profit. That's the first one. There's a difference between revenue and profit. You can write that down, right? Revenue and profit. So what exactly is revenue and what exactly is profit? Let me put it this way. Let's say Abraham, right? Let's say Abraham just earned $10,000. And the operational expenses of his business, he earned $10,000, all right? His operational cost for the business is $7,000. What it means is that Abraham's profit currently is $3,000, not $10,000. Unfortunately, most of us retail traders are in the market and we are in the business of spending our revenue instead of locating our profits. So we spend the revenue and then we come back to what? Zero. So it's always like we are starting from the grounds up. Starting from the grounds up. There are the individuals who also do not even make the revenue. They spend the capital. They spend the balance. They spend the inventory. In trading, your inventory is your capital. Because unlike the one who is in the shop, whose inventory is the goods that they have brought into the shop, you as a trader, what you put into your trading account in order to generate that money for yourself is actually money. So the money is your inventory. It means that is what you need to take care of. If you're understanding me, give me some fire in the chat. Let me see some fire in the chat. That is your inventory. And that needs to be what? Taken care of. How to get it? If you do not work on that, or if you don't put that to work, guess what? It's not going to earn anything. So just like the parable of the talent, one person hid their talent that was given to them. And then when the master came back, they brought back that same talent and say, this is it. You can have $1,000 in your trading account, and if you do not touch it, nobody is going to tell anything about it. It's not going to increase in value. It's not going to decrease in value. It's still $1,000. Subconsciously, in the background, it's one way or the other inflation, like is impacting it. But let's say it's just $1,000. So still $1,000 on the surface level, right? Still $1,000. At the end of the day, you bring back that amount, it's going to stay the same. It means that you need to work on it. But if you're going to work on it, then you need to be able to understand how exactly to work on it. And the systems that you put in place is what we call the business aspect of trading. The management of that particular area is what we call the business aspect of trading. So if I ask anyone here, why do traders lose in the market? Why do traders lose? Why do traders lose? You will say oversized losses, commissions, revenge trading. You can mention them. Poor position sizing. These are the things that you basically talk about. But these are things that if you manage yourself well, business-wise, you must be able to set them straight. This is what I'm doing, A, B, C, D. And once you follow through that process, then you're supposed to see yourself move forward. I'll be getting. That's why earlier on, I gave you the story of the cobras. Because you can actually put in place a system and then feel like you are navigating the system, but you're not doing anything. I'm navigating the system, but you ain't doing anything. I'll be getting. It is later on that you realize that you have not moved forward. That's why we need to be honest with ourselves. When it comes to the business aspect of things, you need to be honest with yourself. You need to be honest with yourself. As a business, you ought to monitor the cash flow. You need to pay attention to what exactly is going into the business in relation to what exactly is coming out of the business. It needs to be reasonable. Yeah, Dollar is saying fear of missing out. Yes, it's one of them. It needs to be what? It needs to be reasonable. What is my starting balance? Okay, what is the projected capital that I need to make on this at the end of the month? Is it reasonable? Is it reasonable? How much am I going to be risking on a trade? How many trades am I looking to pick in a particular month? Okay, now we draw it back to we circle it back to our trading craftsmanship. Whatever craft that I have, how many trades can it generate for me within a particular month? So that we stay in that particular region of Of reasonability. Okay, this is reasonable. Even if we go overboard, at least we have a figure. We have a figure. I'll be getting. So some of the things that we as retail traders should be able to start monitoring excessively is our wins in the market in relation to our losses in the market, our equity in the market, opportunities based on craftsmanship in the market, how to manage those opportunities. I'll be getting. That is what we need to spend time on. As much as we are learning the craftsmanship, we should also learn how to manage ourselves and manage that particular business so that the return on investment is basically fruitful for yourself. The return on investment to be fruitful for yourself, not for me. If you manage it well, guess what? Everything is going to go in play for you. You need to understand that there is a cost of doing business. And some of us, we don't like losses. If you don't like losses, then don't come into trading, because trading, there are losses. And you must understand that because there are losses, that's why you are in here managing it in the first place. Because if there were no losses, then probably everyone will be in here. But because there are losses, that's why you are in here trying to manage it in the first place. So you ask yourself, what is the cost of doing this business? What's the cost of doing this business? Is there a way that I can manage this particular cost? Is there a way I can manage this particular cost? What are the expenses that I'm going to do within this area? This time around, I'm not even just talking about trading, I'm talking about business in itself. I'll be getting. And every business loses. So why is it that as a trader, when you come into this particular area, you are not looking to lose in the market? It's a part of it. And we need to start accepting it as traders. Traders lose money. But how much we will lose is all dependent on us. We have total and absolute control of that area. How much will I lose on my trading account? And that is when, if you actually instate an amount to lose in the market and it goes overboard, that is when you as a trader can say, I've been manipulated. Think about it carefully. You are looking to lose $100. You set your lot size, you set your stop loss, take profit, everything. But when the loss came, the broker took out $250 from your trading account. That is when you can actually come out and say, hey, there's been something going on. I want my extra money back. And you can request for it. So in this area, apart from individuals who are perpetuating fraudulent activities, nobody takes your money anywhere. You need to control things in order to move forward. And so if you're not controlling things, you need to come back to the drawing board and ask yourself, what am I missing? What am I missing out on? And I told you guys that, like earliest part of this particular session, once I started, that there were some things that I did not understand from the earliest. And it cost me. What did it cost me? It cost me time. But am I doing it? Yes, I'm instating them. Now, is it working? Yes, it's working because it is what? It is the system in this area. I'll be getting. 1 trade, 2 trade losses, some people are walking out of this area. What if a restaurant, let me just use this as an example. What if a restaurant in town decided to close down primarily because they cooked one meal twice in a row and it didn't taste good? What if? So at the end of the day, why is it that the nearest thing that we look out for is quitting trading because we have lost 1, 2, or 3? Why is it that we look out for quitting a particular strategy without necessarily having had a period of time where we have actually tested out that particular system? How do you get it? Now, let's talk about where craftsmanship meets business, right? You have an excellent strategy, but you have poor risk-reward management. What does that give you? You can type it in there. If you have excellent strategy, but you have poor risk-reward management, what would that give you as a retail trader? Right? You lose all your money on the market. It all goes down the drain. I hope you get it. Okay, what if you have an excellent risk-reward ratio, but you have a poor strategy? Eventually, you're gonna go down, but it's gonna be slow because you have good risk-reward management, but you do not necessarily have a good strategy. That's how you're gonna constantly decline gradually. So you go down, but in a nutshell, you'll be going down slower than the first one. And I think both are the same things. So you can't leave some behind and then what? And then basically pick up one. You have to what? Pick the both up. You have to pick both up. So excellent strategy and then excellent risk management, excellent business. Long-term profitability comes from the what? The fusion of craftsmanship and then the business of trading. A lot of you thought that when I said the business of trading, I was basically going to say, okay, you sit down and then you're asking yourself, okay, what can I do in addition to my trading so that, like, I'm talking about the management. When you say business management, it means that you have started seeing your trading as a business. So you are employing all the management rules in order for you to see that particular trading going well as much as it business side of it. And of course, those areas that you want to hear, yes, once you start growing as a trader, they end up coming in. So a lot of the traders who are out there, who are earning money excessively on the market, had to first of all tackle these areas and then make sure they put these systems in place. And once those systems were in place, guess what? The money was a secondary. I'll be getting it. The money was secondary. And I believe strongly that every single one person who is in here is looking for money. That's why we are all on the market on a constant basis looking for money. But I'm saying that if we do not necessarily see these areas to tackle both areas, we might be in here and constantly spending a lot of time building craftsmanship, moving from one strategy to the next, whilst even having one good strategy and a good management system of that strategy could actually see you going forward. I'll be getting. Could actually see you going forward. I'm a Messi fans here. My Messi fans are you here? My Ronaldo fans. Right? If you mention one, you don't mention the other. Problem. Right? Imagine these two guys, brilliant traders of our time, and they are in a particular team. And aside them watching the two of them, there's nothing else going around managing the team or anything. Do you think they will be the players that they are today? Yes, they will play. But at the end of the day, whatever play that they go forth and then go play, it's not going to bring fruits, because at the end of the day, there's no help coming in from anywhere. All the other players have been slept on. I'll be getting. Did you see the final Argentina match? Did you see how Messi was sidelined? Did you see how he wasn't able to move forward or do anything? Spain literally were like magicians. Why? They made Messi invincible the whole 90 minutes. I'll be getting. And so system bringing in, so yes, craftsmanship is good, but there must be a management supporting that particular whole role. And then you get to move forward. You need to start thinking like a CEO when you are what? A trader. You are not just a trader. You are the CEO of your trading company. And so how would you treat your business as a CEO? How would you treat your business? It means that there are things that you need to look out for. Risk management department. Who is that? Yeah. Risk management department. Who is that? Research department. Who is that? And some of these traders who are out there will not tell you. But guy, that is basically what they have gone through as retail traders to get here. Who is your what? Your risk department head? How do you get it? Who is your research department head? Execution department? Accounting department? It means that whatever it is, there must be someone behind also saying that as for this profit that I made, I'm withdrawing this and I'm putting it here, and then this one needs to go there, and then that. This doesn't need to go back into the trading account, and then that all comes together. That is you running a business. Now you have moved from just trading, sitting back, and then now what? Employing all the strategies that can what? Push you further as a retail trader. How do you get it? So before you think about even trading, all these particular departments are there. Who in trading? Who is the head of all these places? You are. So if you are not well versed in your execution, if you're not well versed in your execution, if you're not well versed in your research, if you're not well versed in your risk management, then where are you going with the craftsmanship? I'll be getting it. Why are you going with the craftsmanship? If you're not well versed in the accounting department or the accounting area, then what are you going to do with the profits that you make off the market? You're going to put it back on the market, and guess what? Market is going to take it back, because what you don't want, it is taken away from you. What you don't want, it is taken away from you. If it's given to you and then you keep it and you bring it back, it's going to be taken away from you. I hope you understand that. And so every single one, in the final analysis, what I'm going to say is, I want everyone to be able to draw for themselves KPIs. When we say KPIs, we call them key performance indicators, right? Myself and Clifford Cheqona have this. We together work with a very brilliant organization. Very soon, most of you are going to hear about it. And one of the things that actually runs our day-to-day activities is KPIs, right? And so Clifford, being the head of education, makes sure that every single trader in their own department gets a KPI. And that KPI, we are supposed to go by them. And each individual following their KPIs comes together to bring or push that vehicle of that organization forward at a gradual pace, but it's moving. I'll be getting it. It's what? It's moving. And that's an essential part that we all must be able to do for ourselves when it comes to our journey trading the market. What is your win rate? Susan, Susanna Orchard. What is your win rate? What is your weekly win rate? What is your monthly win rate? What is your average winner? Jack of all trades, what is your average winner? I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm looking at some of the names, right? Howie, what is your risk per trade? What is your maximum drawdown per day? What is your maximum drawdown per week? What is your maximum drawdown per month? What is your average monthly return over the last 3-4 months? As a business, you're supposed to know some of these things. Even if it's not supposed to be in your mind, there's supposed to be a booklet that at least when you open it, right? When you open that booklet, you have basically penned down things that pertain to what I'm talking about. This is what I made last month. That is what I took out to do so and so. This went here, that went there. I'll be getting. Then we are basically moving forward. As a business, you need to start measuring. Leave the gamblers to what? Guess. So gamblers are guessing. Hey, how much crowd did I make last month? How much did I make last 2 months? How much did I make last 3 months? Leave them to guess. I'll be getting. But make sure that you run yours in a way that you are able to measure it. In a way that you're able to measure it. So here's a principle that I'm going to leave you with. Profitability is not determined by how much you make. It is determined by how much you keep, how consistently you keep it, and whether your process can sustain it over time. I'll repeat that again. Profitability is not determined by how much you make in the market. It is determined by how much you keep of it, how consistently you keep it, and whether your process can sustain it over time. When you think about it clearly, you realize that this actually gives you the blueprint. How much do you make? I'll be getting. Then we now bring in how much do you keep of it? How consistently do you keep what you make? And whatever process that you have, is it sustainable in the long term? Then we are saying profitability. So profitability is not an instant gratification on the market where you come in and then you made 60K, 100K, 150K. No, one time. Profitability is the one who is making that consistently $100 every single week, every single month, $1,000 every single week, every single month. They can be able to have a track record of their system producing that over a long period of time. I'll be getting. The end of a thing is better than the beginning. The end of a thing is better than the beginning. So looking at things long term and saying, okay, so this is what I've been doing. Up till now, I'm still what? Moving and it's going. It's better than you coming in and run, and then you make 100K, then all of a sudden things go south and then we cannot see you any longer. Why? Because you dedicated back to the market. I'll be getting. A trader who makes 50K on the market and loses 49K over a long period of time, that's not profitability. They say, this guy is profitable though. This guy is very profitable. He made $50,000 on a trade in last week. No, wait. Pause. Let's look at the long term. 3 months from now. 3 months from now, that same person lost what? 49K out of the 50K. Is that profitability? No, that's not profitability. That's not profitability. Right. That's not profitability. Profitability is that individual who is consistently what? Moving forward and making it a gradual process. I'll be getting. I have a question for everyone here. If today I give you the world's best strategy, would you become profitable? If today I granted every single one of you, I want an honest answer. Like, sit back and honestly, be honest with yourself, not me. Be honest with yourself. If today I gave you the best strategy in the world, would you be profitable? Honest answer. would you be profitable? Why wouldn't you be profitable? Now we are beginning to what? Bring out the loopholes that is preventing traders from moving forward. And you realize that most of it has to deal with the business aspect of trading, building business systems that helps us as retail traders to keep the money that we make and to keep or manage the money that we bring in and keep majority of what we make on the market. The craft of trading will help you find opportunities on the market, but the business is what will help you to survive long enough to benefit from the money that you make from the craft. All right. So I'll leave you here. Probably subsequently we would have time and we'll talk deeper into this. It goes deeper and deeper, right? We'll have time and then we'll basically dissect this and then, like go deeper. But today is a preliminary stage that actually builds upon what Clifford Cheqona has been teaching us for a while about profitability. And I believe that strongly, it has been a blessing to someone who is here. Someone has actually penned something down that they are going to change a lot of things in their journey as a trader or as a businessman. Stay blessed. My name is Emmanuel Napuado, popularly known in the trading space as Kema Trades. And I'll see you some other time.
It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading.
Can you guys hear me loud and clear? What a session. First segment alone, and I feel like I can't close today without us doing anything. If you can hear me loud and clear, can you just drop some number ones in the chat? Can you guys hear me? What do we say to our wonderful, my brother, Kema? Bro, I said it before we entered. Can we bring, Kema, why are you switching off your camera? Can we bring it up on the screen already? Because he already knows. He knows that I am about to embarrass him. Put him on the screen for me. Bro, where are you going? You think you are strategic. You're about to run away. No, I need to thank you. Thank you, bro. I really, really, really appreciate the angle of every single thing you keep on doing for this community. Thank you. God bless you. I told you before that I honor you. I love you as a brother. And thank you so much, guys. What do we say to Camps right now? Can we drop some number ones in the chat for him? Many people thought it is not possible for two traders to be able to help a community together. And one day when Kema and I were talking, we said we will bend that bridge. I remember very well when the Holy Spirit gave me this idea of the masterclass. I said, brother, would you join me? He said, no problem. Let's do it. And many of you may have been asking us all the time, where is Kema? He has not gone anywhere. The truth of the matter is we're talking about this and we said, it is not always, because remember, he also has his own community that he can always be here. In the beginning, it was necessary for him to be here. Why? Because he was starting the foundation of a segment with you all. So anytime that he comes, those who have already watched the videos, you go back and you know that he's still here. But with that all being said, I just want to let us drop some number ones. In fact, if everyone here drop more than number 111, drop it more than one time, and then let us just celebrate. Kema, God bless you, bro. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. I think that the saying that you want to go fast, you go alone. To go far, go with one. The purpose of going far with someone, not about what both achieve together. I was saying that when one falls, there must be somebody there to make sure that person comes up. And that is how you go far. Because in the day of adversity, if you faint, it means your strength is small. But when you have someone with you, you keep on going fine. Brother, you are that person. TP family as a community, our wings, Our doors are always open for you. And I also know that anytime that you call TP family also onto your space, we will also be there. Brother, we love you. Thank you. You see, I know that you didn't want this, but I will do it before you leave. All right, brother. Thank you. Thank you so much. If you are going to be able to stay, I understand. If you can't, also as well, we appreciate you anyways. God bless you. All right, then. All right, guys, let's get right into it. So I hope you guys were learning something today on this masterclass already. If you have been already learning something already, let me know. If you guys are full and you don't need this segment, please just let me know so that we can close this, because what you guys have already consumed, I'm pretty much sure is almost enough. But then you see, as much as we are dishing out meals, I always say something that when it comes to the space of becoming, whether a trader, an entrepreneur, whatever it is not a buffet of knowledge. You don't pick and choose what you want. Many people are picking and choosing things based on their desires. That is not how it works. You must be willing to be able to study, sit down. Many of you may not be able to consume all this information right now, but so that you know, it is important that you understand the structure of the information. Consume as much as you can. If you cannot be able to consume more, go back, watch it again so that you can keep on growing. Is that okay? All right, we are almost there. But before we do that, I appreciate you, bro. Before we do that, I really want to just talk to somebody for a second, because there are some few misunderstanding and things about what this community is all about. Many people are even confused right now. Why is it that, you were a trader and then, another trader friend of yours is also teaching us something? I taught in this space, it is just one man show, not in TP family. Because the Bible says we know in part, and then we prophesy in part, meaning that one person cannot know it all. So when you understand the mandate and the grace you are in, you function very well in that space so that people can grow. So today, before we go into part 3 of the Profitable Trader segment on my end, what you already heard from my brother is part of what I want to teach. But that was his thesis, and it matches perfectly with what we are our continuation for today's masterclass. But before we do that, I really want to show people here something quickly. Do you guys mind if I communicate the vision of TP family for a second? It will take like 5 to 10 minutes ish, then we will be done. Is it okay? If it is okay with you all, can you drop some number ones in the chat for me? There is a reason why I want to communicate the vision of TP family to you all. Because if you don't understand the vision and you are just randomly just here, you will assume we are either making noise, or we are trying to also become famous, or also get people to know us. But it is not true. That is not what we are doing. We have a mandate, and the mandate we have is the reason why we are doing the things we are doing. And so we have core values. That is why it is not just a one-man show. In as much as there are many people that you are seeing back and forth on this stream, it is not a one-man show. Does that make sense? It's very important that you understand this as well. So give me just some few minutes, so that you will know that you are not here wasting your time. Just few minutes. Solomon, can we start the presentation quickly? Because it dropped in my spirit that somebody here needs to know where TP family is and then where we are going as a community. So TP family, if you are here and you are ready to listen to this vision, kindly just drop some number ones in the chat for me. So TP family community vision structure. What you see over there that says transforming minds and raising kingdom aligned leaders is not just a motto. It is a mandate. We are going to learn the session for today, but hold on. Because if you are following the masterclass and you are following this community for a long time and you don't know where we are going, if it was left with me, if you don't know where we are going, it is better you jump off the vehicle, the train, the plane. I mean, you can't jump off a plane. That is suicide, but you know what I mean. You see, you don't need to follow anything blindly. You need to know where we are going. And so many people have been following this vision for a while. They love this vision and they love me as a person. I love you too. But it is important you verify if following me will let you end up where you are going or not. So if it won't, quickly you jump off. Because you see, discipleship, if you are a believer, discipleship is when you are being taught and discipled to look like Jesus. Mentorship is when you are being groomed and taught to look like your mentor. So you need to know where your mentor is going, his vision and everything, so that you don't just waste your time. Are you with me? Okay. So now I'm going to take you through a couple of few things. Then we'll take it up from the next slide. Okay, so our mandate simply means transforming minds, raising kingdom aligned leaders. What that simply means is that when we come here, we are not assuming if you are going to change, because it takes an intentional information to lead somebody into the path of transformation. To transform does not mean I'm about to change you. To transform means that you are about to be to metamorphosize, if that is a word, metamorphosis, right? To become the way a caterpillar becomes a butterfly. That means the ability is already in there. Don't forget that. Many people come to me and they say, Cliff, I don't know why I am not consistent. And I will ask them simple question. I had a meeting with a gentleman today, funny gentleman, by the way. But I had a meeting with a gentleman today, and when I was talking to him, he said he's not disciplined. Monday he's disciplined, the next day he's not disciplined, and he doesn't know what is wrong. I said, okay, before we rush concluding how not disciplined you are, do you have a job? He said yes. Do you go to your job from Monday to Friday? He said yes. I said, are you always on time? He said yes. I said, on a scale of 1 to 10, if they are ranking you, be honest, would they put you at 1 or 2 or 3, which means poor employee, or they will put you at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 as at least a trying employee? And he said they will put me 8. I said, then chief, you are not somebody who is struggling with discipline or consistency or whatever. It's just that what you are trying to be consistent at is either there is no conviction or the reality will not allow you. On a scale of 1 to 10, how many hours can you give to the market in a weekly basis? He said, to be honest, that is the problem. I said, then good, that is the problem. Because if you don't have time to trade, how do you want to do magic? So an individual like this, when he comes to me, it's not like he's struggling to be consistent. It's that he doesn't have conviction at the other side to apply the consistency there. Because if you are breaking your rules, and that is why you think you are not consistent, it takes consistency to break rules in order for you to not even be inconsistent. So you have the consistency already there. We are not changing you, not making you new. No, it's because we are now trying to pick what is already in you and then lead you to transformation. Ladies and gentlemen, are you all learning something already? So transforming mindset does not mean a dummy has come onto this call and then that dummy is about to get intelligence. No, you are not a dummy. I don't care who told you that. I don't care who told you you are a good for nothing person. It is not true. You are very fearfully and wonderfully made. That is a fact. But maybe your environment you were in made you believe something else. So when you come onto this masterclass, I will now let you understand there is something called identity. And identity does not mean you are bad or good. It is just a container that was not well structured when you were growing up. And therefore, we need to know what it is, tame it by naming it. Are you with me? So now I am not really doing something really new in you. I am picking what is already there, that the environment has distorted it and leads you to a path that you can say, now all this was already in there. I am transformed. So transformation is not that we are bringing something new in you. We are already taking the raw materials in you already to make you become the person you need to become. Are you with me? So transforming minds, then raising kingdom aligned leaders. Ladies and gentlemen, it is no more a hiding conversation or whatever or not that we believe in Jesus. And we believe in the kingdom mandate. And so what that simply means is that we are not expecting you to stay in TP Masterclass and TP family without doing anything for the rest of your life. No. If you come here 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, we need to see you also using what you are learning here to either impact life, teach other people, and so on and so forth, becoming a leader. So for me, I am not here hoping that you will never leave. No, if you stay here with me for more than 5 years, I mean, when I say stay with me, meaning that you're not doing anything. You can keep on always coming back to the TP Masterclass. That forever, we are always learning. But I need to see you doing something as a leader. If I'm not seeing that after 4, 5 years, after learning and growing, I am doing something wrong, or you are not serious about the mentorship. So how then do we do it? We do it under 3 categories: psychological truth, spiritual truth, and practical truth. That means psychology is part of our conversation. If you look at the name TP Masterclass, even though it is for traders, and mostly we are studying trader psychology, the whole entire masterclass breathe out transformation and psychology masterclass. But we are focusing on traders currently right now. Why? Because the trading space is where there is a lot of performance reconstruction behavior needed. Are you with me? And so we are using these 3 pillars. So when you come here and I'm giving you an information, the goal is to use that tool, that truth, to study yourself. That is what we call psychology. Psychology is the study of your mind, your emotions, and your behavior. So when we give you that truth, you study yourself and you face the truth. Because what you cannot name, you cannot tame. Let me repeat it again. What you cannot name, you cannot tame. So our goal is to help you to name it, to tame it. Are you with me? Good. Spiritual truth, whether you like it or not. This life and this world we live in is spiritual. Believe it, don't believe it. That is not my goal to help you, to argue with you, but I will give you the convictional statements so that you will believe it. Then we use what we call practical truth, meaning this profitable trader series we are doing. We have talked about the psychological side. We've talked about the other side of things that you may not see, but they are influencing your trading as well. And today, for example, we are going to be talking about practical things you can do to become profitable. And already you guys already started hearing it from my brother here as well. Let's go to the next slide. So you guys understand the mandates now? If you understand the mandates, please drop some number ones in the chat for me. Now, who are we trying to help? Our mandates, because of what we are doing, we are targeting, or in other words, we are focusing on people who know what to do, but still can't do it. Are you with me? There are people, they know what to do. If you sit down right now and they ask them, do you know you have to follow your rules? They said yes. Do you know that you have to have rules written down? They say yes. But why they are not doing it, they don't know. These are the people we are trying to help. Entrepreneurs, they don't know why they don't do the thing. Marriage men and women, they don't know why they are not communicating. People who are confused, identity crisis, they don't know why. You are welcome. Traders who are confused, blowing an account and so on and so forth, you are welcome. So we have a large vision and a goal coming up. But for now, our focus is our focus. Let's go to the next slide. So now that you understand that you are here to be transformed, how are we doing it? Now, this is the part I want you guys to pay attention very well. In this community, we have something called the flagship show. What you are watching now is our flagship. What that simply means is it is not just a free content. Many people, sometimes they think what we are doing here, because we are not putting money on it, is free. It's not free. You are here with your time. You are actually putting in the effort to grow. You are trying to become someone new. So it is not free necessarily. It's just that we have taken it as a non-profitable mandate that we are doing here. So TP Masterclass, we are on our 77th episode right now. So TP Masterclass is the weekly flagship show, meaning that when we come, it is where the community we meet. So whether you are in other part of my one-on-one or whatever with me, we all meet here every Saturday by the grace of God. And then we talk, we learn, we grow, you ask questions, we laugh, we do every single thing here. So as a community member, TP Masterclass is something that should be on your calendar. But then many people are asking, okay, Mr. Cliff, we are traders. We have come here. We understand all the things we are saying. But to us, it is not enough. And I'm like, no problem. For many, many, many years, many people have been asking me, Cliff, what next? It's not that sometimes we don't have other things to offer. It's that we don't really want to rush to do certain things. We do take our time and then we make sure there is a plan before we execute. Are you with me? And so I'm going to introduce you guys to something called check-in. There is an interview structure about check-in. We interview people and all of that, but I will explain every single thing. But check-in is our previous idea called accountability program. And I'm going to explain that a little bit because we have structure so that it will benefit you guys a lot. Because the people that do know what to do, but they don't do it, it is because of lack of accountability. The reason why, many people ask me, Mr. Cliff, why is it that you don't show certain lifestyle? You go to these places and you don't post this and you don't do this and you don't do that. Sometimes you let us see even the car you drive or the place you ate your breakfast or, the towel you are even using it to bath. Isn't that how this industry works? Even the towel, people will just say, oh, I'm bathing with my Louis Vuitton towel. That's how we do it, right? The reason why I don't do them is not only because I don't like that. It's because there are people I look up to. They don't do that. You see, accountability is not just who is watching you do something. It is not just the presence of someone is what makes you do the right thing. If that was the case, then many people will not do bad things at all because God is omnipresent. So why is it that people know God is omnipresent, but then still they still watch adult content? They still do drugs and so on and so forth. So it's not the presence of something or someone that makes someone not do something. It is the conviction behind what you know is around. So the people that I'm looking up to, they don't have time for these things. They are going somewhere in destiny. They are investing in resources, infrastructures to transform people. That is my desire. So I will not invest in trying to prove to you. One of the few days ago, I was just sitting down there at my balcony and I was just watching and I was like, God, who even created the idea of we need to compete, especially in the forex market? We need to compete about who is rich and who is not. And one day I was just sitting down and saying, whoever created this thing has done well, because people cannot feel successful unless it is proven before others. Why? They hit TP, and the first thing that comes into their mind is not going back to review their business, is to quickly show people they also made this money. And I get that. There is a dopamine effect when it comes to trading. But who created that culture? And as I was sitting down there, I said, God, I wish people would hear me. We are proud of you. Listen, if you are here and you are listening to me right now, and your job is to let people know that you have made it, it is okay. We know. We are proud of you. Congratulations. You don't need to prove anything to anybody. Focus on your life and focus on your destiny. This business is an independent business. It is very important that you understand this. And so accountability is beyond just somebody watching you. No, it is the conviction you have about where you are going and what you need to get there. And you need a system to be able to make sure you don't deviate. So whether it is the system holding you accountable or it is someone, that is the goal. We will talk about checking a little bit. But CSOT simply means Cheqona School of Transformation. I will not talk about much of that today. Cheqona School of Transformation already has an ongoing structure. Ladies and gentlemen, please now listen to me here carefully now. It takes systems and resources to transform somebody. It takes resources. Many a times when I was about to start this whole entire journey, I was like, why is it that some mentors that I do look up to charges over $45,000 and $100,000? And as a person coming from somewhere that I believe that freely we are getting and freely we give, and I still believe that, but there are some certain infrastructures, it takes funds to build them. Now, when you understand that, your integrity is what will help you to communicate that to the people effectively. And so, yes, there is something called Cheqona School of Transformation. It's called CSOT. There is currently people that I do meet them one-on-one. But I cannot meet everybody one-on-one, not because you are not worth it. It's because the resources it takes, the time, the team, the structures, the dashboard to be able to mentor one person, it is a lot. So we put in more effort in making sure the TP Masterclass is self-learning material enough for your transformation while you are growing. And sooner or later, whether it is this space or some other space, you still need mentorship. You still need some educational enforcement structure. Then you can afford and you will see. Are you with me? But the good news right now is we are now about to structure new CSOT cohort structure. Meaning that back then it was for very few people But right now, we are about to structure a new dimension, and I send the voice note to you guys already, a new dimension that can be able to cohort as many people as we can and still give you guys at least some level of some structure. Now, how is it going to work? For all those who have been asking me, Cliff, is it possible? I think one time when Come and I, we did a boot camp, people were like, how can we keep on getting this? Don't worry. So the idea right now is we are about to launch a new CSOT cohort program, which we are going to be teaching finance and identity. Finance and identity, because why? I don't want to just call it trading. I want to call it finance and identity. Meaning that we are going to teach you the basic things first. At least the first 3 weeks is going to be a semester base. So when we get a group, of people, maybe 50, 100, we have not selected how many people yet. It will be a semester base. People graduate, you go, you get your certificate, then you leave, another batch comes. That is how we're going to be doing it for now. The goal of CSOT, one day, God willing, and I was speaking to Kema about this, is to have a physical campus version. And it is going to happen. You will see. And so the idea is that the finance and the identity one is going to be both technical in trading, but then in the first week, we will teach you basic finance things. What is investment? What is people are asking crypto? What is this? We'll teach you the basic things, budgeting, savings, and so on and so forth. Then we will now zoom into understanding the structure of the market structure, pure structure. But we will not give you, listen to this carefully now, nobody is going to give you their own strategy during that course, but we will teach you how to create your methodology. So this is one thing. I'll not talk about CSOT more. Then check-in is where I want to zoom in right now quickly. Check-in is the accountability program that many of you who are traders, you know how to trade. Your own is not about, I don't know market structure or whatever. You know how to trade already, but you don't know why you are struggling. Let's go there quickly. Now, what is check-in? Check-in is basically, let's go to the check-in part only. Let's quickly, yes. So check-in is the accountability program. That is a slide you were on. It was correct. It is the accountability program that we have designed, not the TP Masterclass, check-in specifically, because I want to run through quickly, then we'll go to the Masterclass. The segment. So check-in is the accountability program. Of course, we had to be a little bit creative about the name, because CHEQ, Cheqona, check-in. All right, so check-in. Just a little bit. It doesn't mean anything, okay? Now, this one is for traders who understands that in trading, you don't collapse because of the lack of strategy. Kema asked a very important question. He said, if I give you the powerful strategy, and he has one. He has one. Wherever he is right now, I'm sure he's laughing. I know my brother so much. He's definitely laughing. Anyway, so check-in basically is not about whether if you are a good trader or not. Is that you have the strategy, but then you are always collapsing under certain measures and so on and so forth. So what are we trying to do right now? Let's go to the next slide. I will show you. You're going to love this idea, ladies and gentlemen. How does it work? If imagine this, you come into this program, okay? And I'm going to show everyone can enter this program. Don't worry. There is a way we have structured it this time around. How does it work? Let's say, for example, you are being accepted into this accountability program. The first thing that is going to happen is we will make sure that we onboard you. After we have onboarded you, the next thing is we are going to connect you to our system. When we connect you to our system, everything that you are doing, our risk team and our team can see it. And so let's go to the other side of the things. I want to explain the steps of the things that they're going to get quickly. So now when you are, imagine you are being accepted here. So number one, what would you get? There is a room. How is the room going to be? Ladies and gentlemen, there is going to be a rhythm. Monday to Friday, there will be an opening room, London session, and the New York session. We are going to be opening this room 3 hours each. Watch this carefully now. Now, 3 hours at least each. In that room, nobody is giving you signals. But wait, I'm going to explain something. Nobody is giving you signals. It is not for a place where, like, okay, I don't know how to trade, but let me go and join check-in so that I'll make money. That is not for you. Check-in is for those who have the strategy and the edge, and they are looking for a way to survive under an accountability system. Please hear me carefully now. And so at the end of the day, when you now enter the room, everybody's camera who is trading must be on. So inside the room, you will see many traders. They have their camera on, they are all focusing. Monday, we don't trade. Monday is for markup days. You come, you sit down, you plan your whole week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is for trading. So you will come, there will be a sound we are actually have engineered that will be playing at the background, helping your mind. There will be a moderator. Sometimes I will come into the room. In fact, most times I will come into the room, check up on people, not to teach you anything, but to make sure if somebody, of course, have any question or whatsoever, will be there. But there's going to be a room, a system, a rhythm being created for you. So what is going to happen is there will be a sound. Somebody will let you know, please get up and stretch a little bit and so on and so forth. So that will how the room will be. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is trading days. Fridays is review days. Still, you must come. So everybody will come, sit down, and you are reviewing the trades you have taken. Oh, but Cliff, what if the Monday the trade move and leave me? That is not your business. Remember, this is for those who wants to follow a rhythm. Because in trading, it's a rhythm. It is not about whether if you are the best or not. It is a rhythm. If you can follow a system, that means if Friday the market moves intensively and you are not there to catch it, it is fine. Let's follow the rhythm consistently. So Monday, markup days. Sometimes we'll be there, we'll share our screen, we will talk to you. You can ask questions about your favorite markups, other people can share, and we will all get the idea of what we are focusing on that week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, waiting for execution. If it moves on Monday, it's not a problem. Many people will not understand this, but believe me, rhythm is important than activities. Then Friday is review. Now the review, because you are connected to our system, we are going to be seeing what you are doing already. So we can advise you, this is not good, this is good, and so on and so forth. Are you with me? Then we are going to be having what we call an equity monitoring system. There are going to be some people that you are going to be having equity monitors on your system. What the equity monitor does is that you will set the limit. We will set it for you. That means you will not lose past a certain amount of money. This is not a prop firm. For those who have only prop firms, you can follow the prop firm rules, but this is not for prop firm people. This is for people who are managing their own portfolio. Very important that you understand this. So we are going to have what we call equity monitors. Then the equity monitor will manage your system, not managing your trades. You will only set limits on your account. So the moment that you are passing a certain limit, even if you don't want to close a stop loss, the system will close it for you because we don't trust you enough that you will close it. But this system will be an initiative from you. Then the journal is going to be there. This journal is automatically connected. There are many journals you guys may have already seen. Same thing here. You will see that your system is connected to our journal, and the journal has automatically to be taking your trades for you. But there is something you will do. For example, every day when you wake up in the morning, there are some questions you will need to fill so that the system will be studying you. Then there is a rule book. Now listen to me carefully now. The intelligence system we have created works in such a way that the more you are doing this, the more the system is studying the way you behave, the way you trade, how long you hold trades. Inside the system, we call something an edge builder. By the time the system will study your trades across 100 trades to 200 trades, it will tell you the definition of your edge. Then we have the community, of course. You know, many people want to structure and so on and so forth and all of that. Now, for the sake of the things, don't worry at all. Solomon, can you stop sharing the screen? Let me come to you right now here quickly. Now, I want to tell you guys something quickly right now. I am not sharing this. We are not, listen to me, TP family. You have been in this community for a long time now to know that we are people that we don't do things unless we actually believe it. Why am I sharing this with you? For many months now, people are like, Mr. Cliff, we trade. What do we do? Okay, we understand. Don't do this, but what do we do? Guys, we have created two systems. Number one, CSOT, and number two, check-in. A lot of investment has gone into this thing. Believe me, when you enter the back end, you will understand. And so you are going to ask me, how do I become part of it? There are three ways. Even though there are three ways of entering into all these systems. Let me talk about check-in, for example. We have created it in such a way, if you don't have the capacity to even subscribe to some of the system. Because, for example, the equity monitor, I'm sorry, I love you guys, but I cannot use my own money to fund the equity monitor for everybody. Therefore, we needed to create a system that can get you the equity monitor. So all these things, they are just logical reasoning, right? It is just proper way. But we have designed a system that is going to fund the program without you paying, and another system that if you want to go for higher level, you're going to fund the program as well. And so by the time that we launch this, you will be able to know. But don't worry about whether if you can get in or not. This is, I'm sorry to say this, but it is really exclusively for TP family members, because you guys have been here, you have done this, and so every effort we have put into this is for those who keep on asking me, Cliff, what do we do? We are traders. We have created a system. And so I wanted to give you the good news to know where we are going. In the future, where are we going? Of course, there is going to be a school, which I've told you guys, and you will see that very soon as well. So if you are here and you're okay, I'm watching the masterclass, I am a trader, what next? You are welcome. Oh, but Mr. Cliff, I don't know what my problem even is. We have solutions as well. You can consult me. You can go to the website. There is a self-assessment test. You can take them. Guys, we have everything for you as a community to grow. Many a times I didn't like to do these things because I believed if truly somebody finds it, then it is for them. But now I've realized if it is not recorded, it never happened. If you don't tell them, they will never know. So I'm telling you, you have nothing to worry about. We are building systems, infrastructures, and all these systems is not just me, ladies and gentlemen. You already know this. I don't do anything alone. All right? Good. I want to go on and on and on. I'm sure many of you have any questions, but we have structured everything that will give you clarity and everything and so on and so forth. Do not worry about it. Don't worry whether as long as you have a portfolio managing on the check-in, there is a way for you. Don't worry about it. Okay, this is not for a selected people. Of course, the only way you're going to be selected is when you don't have a strategy, you don't know how to follow rules and those things, of course. And then if you're not following your rules, after 3 consecutive times in the system, you will be knocked out, suspended. Those are the rules. Because if you cannot follow the rules, why are you here wasting time when we can put somebody in the program? All right, ladies and gentlemen, please drop some number ones in the chat if this makes sense to you. Let's go quickly into the masterclass for today. All right. If this makes sense and you are excited, drop some number ones in the chat for me. Drop some number ones in the chat for me. Are you ready to learn? Father, we thank you. We thank you for what you are doing for this community. We thank you for the wisdom you are giving us to be able to create the things we are creating. Blessed be your name, O God. Father, no man can be able to do this except the Lord be with him. And Father, I want the men to know that you are the reason why we are doing these things. If not, we cannot be able to do them. The wisdom, where would they even come from? But Father, we pray that all those who need the help, all those who need the direction and every single thing, Father, please, let there be a direction for them. And all those that their heart is broken because of few things that they didn't understand what they were doing, Father, heal them. But most importantly also as well, Father, tonight, we are about to study. We're about to learn. Give me the grace to finish this masterclass segment early, oh God, and help the people to also receive the information. And we thank you so much for every single thing you're doing. In Jesus' much less name we have prayed. Amen. All right. Last week, I added some few things into our conversation. I spoke about few things in our conversation. The first thing that I spoke about randomly was number 1, win rates. Number 2, risk to reward ratio. I chipped it in, risk to reward ratio. And then expectancy. This is what we are going to be using to conclude our part 3 of the Profitable Trader series today. So keep this in mind. Win rate, risk reward ratio, and expectancy. You want to become a profitable trader, you need to be able to understand this. By now, I'm sure you have been able to understand. Sorry for all those who have not been able to welcome you, because I want to quickly just wrap up this so that we can finish this masterclass, okay? So if this is your first time here, you are welcome. God bless you. We love you. And thank you for joining us today. All right. So we have already established the fact that trading is a business. And we gave several types of different business ideas or business names. We said the number one is what we call the cash cow business. And we explained that cash cow business is a type of business that you are involved in that is able to fund you basically and your other businesses and your other ventures, because you can tell when it's going to come and so on and so forth. Is that true? So we gave an example such as real estate or transportation business is a cash cow business. Then we spoke about what we call the growth business. Growth business. And we said growth business is the type of business that you are not going to be taking money out of that business, but you are going to basically, can you guys see the board? Can you see it correctly? Is it okay? Solomon, can you highlight me? Is it like, can you bring this one up on the screen for me, please? Let me know. Their comment. Let me see that they can see the screen. Can you guys see the screen, or should I change the color to black or something? Let's try black and see if black is going to work. So we have what we call, the third one is what we call the lifestyle business. Which one of them do you guys want? You want black or red? Which is better? Black or red? I cannot check the comments, so just bring it up for me, please, bro. Is it black or red that you guys want? Black, okay? Perfect. Thank you guys so much. Okay, we can remove the comment now. Thank you. So if that is the case, let me quickly just switch it up a little bit. So number one, we said we have what we call the cash cow business. Number two, we have what we call the growth business. So the growth business is the type of business that you are not going to take money out anytime soon. The goal is to be able to make sure that the money you are making, you are putting it back into the business to build the infrastructures. Is that true? So we have the cash cow, we have the growth business, and number three, we have established the point that we have what we call the lifestyle business, a freelancer, whatever lifestyle. Number four is high risk, high reward. High risk, high reward business. And number five is what we call the speculation business. And that is what Kems spoke to you guys today about. So we are involved in the speculation business. What does speculation means? We don't know what will happen. We are just guessing, basically. But the reason why the word speculation, we can sleep at night without feeling guilty is because it is speculation plus business. Now, the reason why we can call it speculation plus business is because we have added systems, we have added edge, we have added tools, we have added things that makes our results repeatable and so on and so forth. Are you guys with me? So now we have been able to establish this in this series, that there is a speculation business. So we gave a few examples here and there, but I said something, and I said the fact that we are in the speculation business, not every single person in this business is speculating only. Some people are also only just doing this business, and they have been able to connect what is in this industry also to what we call cash cow or growth business. So for example, there is something in this business called rebate. For example, even for us to be able to fund the check-in, we needed to create a cash cow for the check-in because the check-in needs infrastructures. Are you guys with me? So it doesn't make the mentor doing cash cow bad. No. I told you this, that the only time that I will have a problem with the mentor is when they are pretending they don't have a cash cow business or a growth business. So you have to teach your mentees to also have the same, because that is how they will survive. Because trading is a speculation business. You don't know when the profit will keep on coming again and again and again and again and again. It's not like it won't come at all, but you don't know when specifically. So your goal is to be able to focus on executing your edge over a period of time so that the results will add up. Are you guys with me? Very good. So now we are talking about how to be able to become profitable still. But today, let me launch my topic for today. The topic for today is that now that we understand the model of the business that trading is involved in, we have come to realize it means don't quit your job. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are here and somebody is telling you quit your job and become a trader, don't do it. It is not safe. It is not wise. You will suffer, especially if your job is one of the main income you have. Are you with me? Very important that you understand this. And so if trading is the form of a business, that is in a speculation business, then systems must be in place so that you don't speculate without knowing that you are following a system. Okay, good. My topic for today is very simple: the stages of becoming profitable. The stages of becoming profitable. This is my topic for today: the stages of becoming yeah, real pharmacist. The stages of becoming profitable. Very important you understand this, okay? So before we map the stages, I need you to understand something. I want to establish something. The reason why what I'm about to give you exists, the kind of stages I'm about to give you, because you are here, you want to become profitable, you are wondering, Cliff, how do I become a profitable trader? Is trading even a profitable business? We already established that and we said, yes, it is. So if trading is a profitable business, then what do you need to do to become profitable? Remember, we are going to end at part 4 of this series. In order for you to become profitable, you need to understand exactly what we're about to talk about here. So, I remember, anyway, I wanted to just say something, it's fine. So, most people on this live session right now, or most people on the internet, they present profitability as a destination. Profitability, ladies and gentlemen, is not a destination. Please understand this. Profitability is not a destination. Profitability is equal to progression. Are you with me? Profitability is not equal to destination. Profitability is equal to progression. Please write that down. Profitability is not a destination. Many people say, oh man, I want to become a profitable trader. When they say, I want to become a profitable trader, what they are basically saying is that I want to get to a stage where I will say, yes, I have arrived in the land of profitability. That's not how it works. Profitability is progression. So I'm about to give you the stages to know all the stages I'm going to be listing for you guys. You are going to understand where you are, what is the trap, and how do you move forward from there. Are you with me? Let's define something first. Because we are about to talk about the stages of becoming profitability, let's define a trading stage. I define this theory as a trading stage as a distinct phase of development. A distinct phase of development. A distinct phase of development characterized by a specific level of system consistency. It's a very long definition. Let's write. Please, let's write. This is a masterclass. This is not a show that we are just basically just entertaining. It's a masterclass. Please write. A trading stage is a distinct phase of development characterized by a specific level of system consistency, behavioral control, capital management, and psychological maturity. A trading stage is a distinct phase of development characterized by a specific level of system consistency, behavioral control, capital management, and psychological maturity. Each of these stages here, I'm talking to you now, requires a specific work to complete before the next stage becomes accessible. Many people are jumping stages. The stages I'm about to tell you is not the stages of psychological. We have what we call the psychological stages in trading. Yes, but what I'm about to tell you is the stages that leads to profitability. And don't forget what I told you here. Don't forget these 3 things. Win rate, risk reward ratio, expectancy. As we are going through all the stages, These three tools is what we're going to be using. Are you with me? Good. So keep it in mind. The win rate, RRR, which is risk to reward ratio, and then expectancy. Okay? So I'm going to give you 5 stages. Because until you understand this, you will not know that you are failing in trading, not because you are bad or whatever, it's because you are failing to stick to a stage and finish that stage before you go on to the next one. And many people, one thing I've just come to realize is we live in a world where it is very difficult to be intentional, because to be intentional means to focus. Focus to me means following one course until success. That is focus to me. Following one course until success. And if you are somebody that you are on, so many different places and you are trying to get people to see what you're doing, if you cannot focus, you cannot finish a stage. Okay, so you are not failing at trading, you are stuck in a stage. And every single person listening to me here, I want you to really pay attention. Every stage I get to, listen to it carefully. If I'm not able to finish this episode completely, if all we finish is the stages, that is all matters. I'm going to give you 5 of them. You want to become profitable, there are stages of becoming profitable as a trader. Practical stages I'm about to show you. Are you with me? There are 5 of them. Every trader on this masterclass, every trader is either in one of them right now. And by the end of this masterclass, my goal is for you to know which one you are in. Okay? All right. Stage number 1. Stage number 1 is what we call the unconscious trader. Stage number 1 is what we call the unconscious trader. I don't know how many of you are in this space, but listen to me carefully now. This is a trader who does not know what they don't know. Please write it down. This is the trader, and you have to be very honest with these stages I'm about to give you. Very powerful stages that is going to give you clarity. As I said, I will give you the stage. I will tell you what the stage looks like, and I will give you the specific trap of that stage and what to do to go forward in that stage practically. Stage number 1 is a trader who does not know what they do not know. They don't know what they do not know. And in this stage, the trader is trading on instinct. They are emotional today. Tomorrow, they are happy. Their conviction is borrowed. Yes, they have gotten mentorship here and there. But if you ask them why they do this, they don't know. Their conviction is borrowed. They do not have a defined system. Or they have a system that they heard about. Maybe let's say, for example, I remember those days when somebody comes to a consultation with me and I share my screen and maybe there is an indicator or something. You will see that they have taken a screenshot quickly. What is this? What is that? So the screenshot that you are taking, what would that do? That's not how trading works. So there are people, they think they are so smart. They don't want to pay for mentorship. They want to just borrow convictions and quickly go and make trade. It doesn't. Chief, listen. This thing called trading here, it is a skill that you must be trained. You don't just borrow conviction and be a doctor. Imagine when you enter the aircraft, the aeroplane, and they edify the pilot and say, this pilot, very genius, very, very genius. In fact, all his lessons he has learned, he learned them from YouTube. He's a serious pilot who has learned everything from YouTube. And now, he's here today to give us part of his wisdom by flying you. I kid you not. Even when there is a normal turbulence, to you, it's over. But many people right now has cheapened trading. We have made it look like something that you just jump into it when you don't know what to do with your life. It's like, I'm confused. So what do you want to do? I want to learn trading. I don't know what to do in life. So what do you want to do? I want to learn trading. Who created that mindset? Trading is a serious business. This is a business that has a whole entire hierarchy. Major banks, EBS, medium-sized banks, corporations that has built trillions of dollars. And you are under the bottom of the hierarchy, and you think all you have to do is to wake up from your bed, put some blanket on you, see if gold will go up or down, and then you buy and hope you become financially free and free your family. It doesn't work like that. It's a serious business. You must be trained. And so the trader who is borrowing conviction, you're not going anywhere. Their results are random. Some weeks, they will see some level of some profitability. Some weeks, catastrophe. You ask them why, they don't know. They just know that something is not working. During this stage, there is a trap. The first trap that you will normally find, listen to me carefully now. The name of the stage one is the unconscious trader. What is an unconscious trader? A trader at this stage, they do not know why certain things happen. They don't just know. They are just doing something somebody either told them or something or whatsoever or whatnot. They don't know. So during this stage, the trap the person will be going in every single day is the trap of hopping. During this stage, the trap is simple. They are going to hop around strategies every day. That is the first trap. So they are the people that as soon as they leave this masterclass, because now they are hearing some things, they will go and say, because you see right now, everything that you say, it looks like your phone and your devices are listening to you. So when you go like, man, I need a better strategy. The moment you log into YouTube, you will now see a thumbnail, the best strategy in Forex. Then you will be like, I knew it. This is my day. And then you will hop onto that strategy. You try. When you get lucky or don't get lucky, you hop onto another strategy. This is the first trap. During this stage, the unconscious trader. If you are here, start marking it up. So over here, remember what I told you? We are going to measure it according to this way. So number one, let's look at what happens to this person's win rates. Let's look at what happens to their RRR. And let's see what happens to their expectancy. Everything that we have talked about, don't forget to. This is masterclass. Keep everything in mind like you're in class. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please. Now, when you ask the person their win rates, I kid you not, they don't know. What is your win rate? I think, Mr. Cliff, I think it's 80%. I think it's 75. I think it's 90%. So why then are you losing? I don't know. That's why I'm here. So their win rates, they don't know. It's unknown, and they don't even know what it is. They can assume, they can say, but they cannot calculate it meaningfully. Why? Because the system changes too frequently. Because today, they are hopping onto ICT concept. The next day, smart money concept. The next day, price action. So when you ask them what is your win rate, they don't know how to compare whether they should use the ICT one or this one. The indicator, they don't know. Hopping from strategies to strategies. Are you guys with me? If you are getting this, drop some number ones in the chat for me. Remember, this is practical things I'm giving you. This is pure audit. How does their risk to reward ratio looks like? Inconsistent. It varies from trade to trade based on emotion. Very inconsistent. And their expectancy is very clear, negative. That means if you ask them, what are you expecting after 100 trades? They don't know. They have not back tested anything. They don't have a system they have been able to stick to a while. So nothing. So their win rates, they don't know. Their risk reward ratio, it varies. And the expectancy, negative, or they can't calculate it. Negative. Even if you get lucky in this stage, you are still in trouble. So this stage is stage number one. You want to become profitable? If you are in this stage, Cliff, what do I do? Let me tell you. In this stage, this is what you do. One thing and one thing only. Choose one system. Choose one system. Choose one system. I don't care what it is. Call it the dark strategy, chicken strategy, banana strategy, whatever it is, mountain strategy, I don't care. Just choose one system. This is all that if you are here on this live stream and this is the stage you are in. Cliff, what do I do to move forward in this stage? Choose one system. Commit to it for at least a minimum 100 trades. Listen, trading is a numbers game. If you have not been committed to a single system for at least 100 trades, we can't change it. It's a numbers game. It's a speculation business. And so it's a game of probabilities. Are you guys learning? What do I do in stage one, Mr. Cliff? I am there. I am the unconscious trader. I don't even know what I don't know. Okay, this is not the time for us to change your strategy. First, the one that you have right now, that at least you can use and you understand. Stick to one system for at least 100 trades. But Mr. Cliff, I have bills to pay. That is your problem. Not 10 trades, not 30 trades, 100. That is the minimum sample size of a probabilistic system to begin showing its true edge. During those 100 trades, you need to document everything, ladies and gentlemen, everything. Entry, document it. Exit, document it. Time you held the trade, document it. Time you left, document it. Everything is data. During this stage as an unconscious trader, if you want to leave this stage, everything is data. Non-negotiable. Are you with me? Very important that you understand this. So in stage one, unconscious trader, please listen to me carefully now. During this stage, the only thing you are doing is you are going to choose a system. So if you are here and you are Mr. Cliff, I don't even know what is wrong. Let us not say anything is wrong yet. You have been trading for 2-3 years. You have been hopping from strategy to strategy every day. Even when you are back testing with a strategy, you are able to still change the strategy in your back testing stage. Come on now. While you are back testing, and then you get too excited. Okay, I feel like I want to add this. How do you then measure it? Stick to it. And you see, this is where it becomes a problem. For those who don't know how to stick to something for a long time without getting bored, it is going to be difficult for you. So now when you come to me and say, Mr. Cliff, I don't know why I am over leveraging, I'm over trading. I understand what you are saying. But the problem, I was telling somebody that over trading is not a problem. Over trading is the fruit of a problem. If you are here and you are listening to me, and let's say, for example, you have bills to pay, so you need money fast, so you are over trading. Over trading is not the problem. It is the fruit of somebody who do not have other extra income. So they need to make money now to take their children to the hospital or pay their bills or do something. If that becomes the case, you will overtrade. It doesn't mean you are bad. It means that the problem is lack of extra income, but you need trading to work for you now. So overtrading becomes the fruit of the problem. Are you with me? Very important that you understand this. So during this stage, you document everything. Your entry, your exit, your emotions, everything, the time, everything. You document every single thing. Very important you understand this. So stage one is not a knowledge problem. It is a commitment problem. After you know you have learned, you have been trading for 2 years, 3 years, but you still don't know why certain things are happening. It is data you don't have. You are unconscious. Trader, you are unconscious. So what you need is to stick to a system and trade. Can we move on to the next stage? If you are good with me, drop number ones in the chat. Let's go on to the next stage. Remember, what are we discussing today? The stages to become profitable. Drop some number ones in the chat. Let's rock and roll. If I'm not able to finish this, we'll continue next week, okay? I don't want to keep you guys for too long. If you guys are telling me no. But we are learning. Stage number 2. So if you are there in stage number 1, you can agree. This is where I am. Thank you, Mr. Cliff. If your stage is the stage number 1 is your stage, feel free to go and sleep and stick to one system. Anyway, let's go to stage number 2. Stage number 2 is what I call learn trader. Stage 2 is called learning trader. So the learning trader, that one, he knows what to do, but they can't do it consistently. He knows. As soon as you start talking to him, Mr. Cliff, even you said we should declare there is. You said we should declare I'm great. Every day I'm saying I'm great, but still nothing is changing. So that trader, he knows what to do, but do not do it consistently. What is the purpose of why I'm giving you this step? So that you will hear me? No. I'm giving you these stages as an audit so that you can be able to know where you are, so that you'll be able to know where you are going. Is that okay? So if you are not in stage number 1, congratulations. But probably you are in stage number 2. So you know what to do, but you can't do it consistently. Stage number 2, trader has a system. They understand it. They can explain it to someone else. Those ones, normally you will find some of them as mentors. They teach other people. They have a group, maybe 50 people, 20 people in the group, sometimes 15 people. They have it. They know, they can teach you. They are good. They are not bad. They can teach. So they can explain to someone else. They know the entry criteria. They know the exit criteria. They know those things. They know the risk parameters, every single thing. And they still break their rules. Stage number 2, the learning trader. They know, but they are breaking their rules. And the thing is, they don't break their rules every time. But the times they break their rules, it is enough that the results they are getting is inconsistent. Is somebody learning? So those people, they are breaking their rules, but it's not like every day they are breaking their rules. But if you look at how many times they break their rules, those times is enough to be able to make their results inconsistent. Remember, we are measuring this across win rate, risk to reward ratio, and expectancy, because that is what defines profitability. Nothing else. Profitability is a numbers game. So these people, they know that, hey, this is my playbook. But then they break their rules from time to time again. But the times that they are breaking their rules, it is enough to make their results inconsistent. So that means there are weeks that you will find that their system, they followed it perfectly. When they follow the system perfectly, that week, they are just milking the market. Confirmed edge. And then there are other weeks also, which is usually triggered by a losing streak or maybe some significant loss or a period of a boredom, of a drawdown or whatever or not. And then before you realize, something happened. Now, what is a trap at this stage? Let's look at a trap at this stage. Let's look at a trap at this stage. During this stage, there is a very specific trap. Please listen to me now. Because there is performance inconsistency that has been disguised as a system inconsistency, the stage 2 trader will consistently conclude that the system is broken. So they know that this is what I need to do, and they do them some weeks they don't do it. So for them, they will conclude and say, this thing I don't understand though. Maybe this thing is this, maybe the system is broken. Maybe, that is why my execution is, they will just be concluding as something that can let them sleep at night. So for them, they don't change strategy, they change system. There's a difference between a system and a strategy. A system is every single thing that comes with everything you're doing. So maybe let's say they are trading New York, and that is part of their system. You will find them that you will meet them tomorrow and they're like, me today I'm trading, JPY on a London session. Why? They don't know. They just feel like the New York is probably not helping them. So they start changing their system. But the mistake they don't know is that stage 2 is not a system problem. In fact, let me know if somebody's getting a conversation right now. Can somebody bring the comment section right now? Tell me. Somebody should tell me. Stage 2, what do you think is the problem? Can we bring it as an actual, because I cannot see this. This is very small. So let's bring their comment highlighted for me, please. Thank you. Stage 2, what do you think is the problem? Tell me. Stage 1, we already know the person do not know what they don't know. We get it. So for them, they are hopping over strategy over strategy. Stage 2, the person know what to do, but they don't do it consistently enough for the profitability to be measured up. So the rules they break, they don't break their rules all the time, but they break it enough. Okay? Okay. Behavior. Thank you. I like identity is a mixture, but perfect. So now you guys are learning, right? Stage 2 is a behavior problem. So instead of them thinking it's a system problem, it's not true. It's not a system problem. It is a behavior problem. So it's not a system problem. It's a behavior problem. Very good. Thank you so much. Okay. Guys, I hope you guys are learning. You guys are paying attention. I like that. So the learning trader, they know what to do. So now it's a behavior problem. But the reason why normally this stage is difficult to leave this stage is because the behavior does not just exist on its own. Remember, we have already discussed over here that there is something called the human stack that control your results. So at the top, we have what we call identity. Here we have what we call beliefs. This is where I was teaching the identity series from. So we have identity and beliefs. These two works together because your identity is how you see yourself. Belief is what supports what you see to be true. Then from there, we have your personality. Your personality. Your personality is what packages this to make it a beautiful gift box so that you can present it before others. So if you are somebody who is afraid of making decisions, because in your house, making decision will cost you an insult or disrespect or whatever, you are going to be afraid making decisions. So in your identity, me, I don't like talking now. I don't like, whatever people want to do, they should do it. That is you. So your belief system is, people will do whatever they want to do anyway. Forget about them. Whatever will happen, will happen. Da, 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 da. So that is your belief system. Your personality, when you go somewhere in public, they ask you, what do you want? I don't know. What do you want to do? I don't know. Because you are afraid of making decisions. That's your personality. And then after your personality is habit. Your habit here is about to automate this and then eventually becomes a behavior. Your behavior is the physical expression of everything that is in you. So the moment you now understand, ladies and gentlemen, listen to this carefully now. We are going somewhere deeper. So now there is performance inconsistency that is disguised as system inconsistency. The problem in stage 2 is behavior problem. So that means the person can calculate their win rate. Good. They know their risk-reward ratio. But then you could tell that something is still missing. In stage 2, what does the person need to do to move forward? Let's go there. In stage 2, what does the person need to do to go forward? If the person wants to go forward in stage 2, the person does not need a new system. They need a behavioral audit. They need a behavioral audit. What you need is a behavioral audit. What you need is a behavioral audit in stage 2. That means you specifically need to identify the precise conditions under which your rules are mostly being broken. Ladies and gentlemen, listen. Because somebody right now, this is the stage you are in, and you are wondering, if you understand this, you don't even need to book a consultation with me. You are good. You need to understand which conditions you are breaking your rules. Precisely, not generally. Oh, why do you think you're losing money? Overtrading. Overtrading is not a problem, it's the fruit. So now you will tell yourself, I don't understand this thing. I've been seeing it that consistently. After every day, I'm having 3 wins on a go. I will now have a losing streak. After I'm having 3 wins, I'm now having a losing streak. Why? Are you getting it now? Precise. So you just write it down. That's the point. After 3 wins, I saw myself losing. You write it down. Then you're every Friday, I'm having losses. You write it down. After every profitable week is when this is showing a behavioral audit. Every single time I trade GBP, JPY, is it because of the way it moves this way? Maybe I'm not comfortable with it. You are not up fast. Maybe it's because it's fast. You write it down. Maybe every time I trade, I get a setup under 30 minutes. That week, I trade well. But every single time I sit behind the computer for 90 minutes straight, I think I become mentally fatigued and I start making wrong decisions. Precise. So now when you start to understand, once you identify the condition, you now start to build what we call protocol for each one. That means if every single time you sit on your computer for 90 minutes straight, you start to see losing streaks, you now need to reduce your screen time. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the trick. You now need to reduce your screen time, maybe to 35 minutes or 30 minutes, and give yourself a break of 10 to 50. But Mr. Cliff, what if the day I get up, the market moves? This is you guys, your problem. Trading is not about what the market is doing. Trading is about what you do with the market. That means if the market is moving 500 pips, your goal is not to choose 500. Choose the one your edge will give you. Edge here means everything concerning the system, including even knowing the day to trade and the day not to trade. Very precise. So when you are in stage 2, it is not about time or you complain, whatever. Steady yourself. Precisely. Some of you can even say, every time that I trade on my phone, during that week, I lose trace. Precise. Therefore, let me move. You're not changing your system. You are auditing yourself. Therefore, let me just start executing the same trades, but from my laptop in this room and see how it goes. So stage 2, ladies and gentlemen, it's not a system problem. It is a behavioral protocol problem. You don't have a behavioral protocol structure. So the trader who can identify the specific conditions, if you're able to identify the specific conditions under which you break your rules, you can build a non-negotiable protocol for each condition so that you can move through stage 2. Are you with me? So over here, behavioral audits. After you have understood it, you build your behavioral protocol. If you don't do these things, it's up to you. But this information is very powerful. Believe me, somebody right now, this is your answered prayer. You are wondering why I don't know why I'm breaking my rules, even though I know what to do. If you are learning, drop some number ones in the chat for me. Are you learning? If all I give you guys today is the stages, I will add the extra of the session to part 4 so that we can finish early. Some of you are already tired. Stage number 3. The developing trader. The developing trader. Stage number 3. The developing trader. That means this trader, he knows, in other words, this trader executes consistently, but this trader has not yet achieved positive expectancy. That means if you ask them right now, if after this period of time, do you think you will be in a positive outcome? They have not achieved that yet. Not that they don't know or whatever, they have just not achieved it yet. So that is the trader I will put in the context and say the developing trader. Are you with me? Okay. So the stage 3 is very trickish. So I want you to listen to me carefully now. You have a system, you are committed to it, you have identified your behavioral triggers, and you have even built your protocols. Okay? Now, your execution is now largely consistent. Good for you. But then, even though you are following your rules most of the time, your journal is honest and complete, but yet the results are still not positive. That means month after month, the account is roughly maybe is there here and there. You grow, it comes down. It goes up, it comes down. It goes up, it comes down. Sometimes you are slightly above some profitability. It's great, but you cannot really live your life on this. That means it's not meaningfully growing. And this one here is one of the most psychologically difficult stages you can ever imagine. It's one of the most psychologically difficult stages you can ever imagine. Give me a second. I want to just find out something. Can you guys still see the system very well? Because we have some couple of few things here and I feel like it's distorting my eye. It's making me look mentally exhausted. I want to take off that one a little bit. Can you guys still see me? It's clear, right, Solomon? Thank you. I want to be able to, because light has a way of, as much as I want you guys to see me well, I also want to keep on having a mental strength to teach you guys very well. So mentally, I was losing a little bit of, you see, this is what we call knowing yourself. I can tell. All right, let's rock and roll. So stage number 3 is a developing trader. For you, you execute consistently, but you have not yet achieved positive expectancy. No problem. You trade, it goes up, it comes down, it goes up, it comes down, sometimes flat, and so on and so forth. Now, the trap in stage 3 is very simple. There is correct execution, but then you are not executing with the right system. So the stage 3 trader is now executing consistently, which is genuinely difficult to achieve a genuinely valuable metric. But that consistency that they are executing the trades about, or how much consistent you are in the market, does not really matter. Listen to me carefully now. Your problem is that sometimes, even though you are following your system, it's not like you are bad at trading your system. Is that the system you have committed to does not have a mathematical edge at the market you are trading in the current condition. So what that simply means is that you have done every single thing. But when we look at the numbers and the condition or the asset you are trading, the numbers do not add up. So let's say, for example, if you look at the calculations of even probably your lot size, the way, so it's not like you are inconsistent. It's just that the numbers don't add up. Either you are trading GBP, JPY today, and you are trading gold tomorrow, and you are mixing things up. So it doesn't have any authentic, genuine, large expectancy number rate that can really put you in a very good position as a profitable trader. So the trap over here is very simple. Is that in stage 3, what you need to understand is you need to be able to know how to distinguish between two things. Number one, you need to be able to know that the only way to distinguish them is through the numbers we have analyzed here. Number 1, win rates. That means this trader, you are going to have to be mathematically honest with yourself. RRR, and then your expectancy. So over here, you have to be genuinely honest. What do I mean by you have to be genuinely honest? You need to be able to know, okay, what is my win rate? You need to know it. If it's 75%, write it down. Don't be shy about it. It's very good, write it down. Then you need to be able to know your RRR. That means which risk to reward ratio. You know, you cannot have the same risk to reward ratio all the time across every asset or every system consistently. Sometimes you can be like, my A+ setup is this, my B set, but you gotta know it. So you have to know this, you have to know it. If it's 1:4, whatever, you need to know it. Are you with me? So stage 3, it is not about whether you are bad, good, a system, strategy. No, it's about pure mathematics. Stage 3 is pure math. How much you are even paying for spread, you need to know. Pure math. Then after you have been able to know this and this, you will now sit down and calculate your expectancy. Maybe how much is it giving you? Is it positive or negative? If it is positive, check how much percentage of positive, because it can be negative. Maybe if you have $1,000, after you have finished executing everything, it can put you, let's say, in 1,020. Okay, so this is basically some profit, but you don't want $20, right? So this is not what you want. So over here, you are mostly going to be tweaking the numbers for it to add up for your expectancy to be in a good structure. Are you with me? So what do you really do is system audits. If you want to know exactly, the second one was behavioral audit. This one is system audits. You want to, and the system audit, you are measuring it across specifically numbers. You are not replacing your system. You are just taking these three numbers that I gave you and ask one simple question. Where is the edge breaking down? That is all you're doing. Is the win rate too low? You find out. If the win rate is too low, what do you do? Let me ask you guys a question right now. If you have a low win rate, what is the first thing you look at? Let me ask somebody right now. If you have a low win rate, if you are here and your win rate is low, don't change the strategy yet. When I say low, below the normal average, what is the first thing you do? Where do you check? Do you know where to check? Let's say you have a low, not necessarily your edge, something very specific inside that system. What do you check? I will tell you, don't worry, but I want to know that you know. If you say it, you never forget. Do you know? Not your RR. When your win rate is low, what do you check? You can keep on trying. I like that. Here, there is no mistakes. We are all learning. Adjust and adapt, yes. But before you adjust and adapt, what do you check specifically? Remember, we are being not this inside the system. What do you check? So every single time that your win rate is not adding up, you check your entry criteria. First things first. What I'm giving you guys here is like doing surgery. Entry, ladies and gentlemen. If your win rate is low, the first thing you look at first before anything else is your entry criteria. Your entry criteria. When you look at your entry criteria, what you are doing is you want to refine, not change the system. Refine. It may need some refinement. Refinement means just probably add one more confluence. All right. So that's what we call entry criteria refinement. Are you guys with me? So when your win rate is low, then maybe the entry criteria needs refinement. Maybe you need some tighter confirmation or more specific, conditions as a whole. In other words, so when your win rate is low, the first thing that you look at is your entry refinement or, the criteria of your entry. Then most importantly, also, there is one more thing you need to check. If your win rate is low, you need to do something else again. One more thing. Tell me. Another person, tell me. If your win rate is low, or if you start to see that your win rate is depreciating heavily, after you have checked the entry to make sure it is still on point, there is something else you need to do. Anybody else? Please let me see in the comment section. No, okay, stop loss allocation. Cool, I hear that, but not necessarily. There is something else that you need to do as well. Anybody? Back testing, not necessarily. You've already back tested. One more thing, then I will just bring the answer to you guys. Stop loss? Not necessarily. Okay, let me talk to you guys. So now, the moment you know that your win rate is too low, you need to check all these things. You can check the entry, you can check the confirmation, you can check. But the next thing that you need to also check as well is, are you taking quantity over quality? That means you need to start grading your setups. Start grading them. If you start to see that your win rate is low, grade your setups. Grade your setups. So that is what grading setup is for. So the purpose of grading your setup is not so that you can risk on high one and whatever. The reason why you are grading it is so that you will know where the right expectancy sits. Are you guys with me? Good. So stage 3 is not a commitment problem or a behavioral problem. It's a collaboration problem. Okay. So the trader who has achieved a consistent execution now has the data. So that is not a problem. But then the problem is that it is possible that the numbers is not adding up. So in order for you to find the numbers to know which one is the problem, you will look at your win rate. If it's the win rate, then what do? You refine your entry or whatever. If it is a risk-reward ratio, then you need to focus on what we call the structure. That means you are not identifying the right key levels well. If it is your expectancy, these two adding up together will tell you this thing at the end of the day. So stage number 3 is the developing trader. Stage number 4 is the consistent trader. So stage number 4. Stage number 4 is the consistent trader. Now, the consistent trader is a trader who has achieved positive expectancy and is building evidence. I know few, even in my mentorship program. One gentleman, I'm sure he's probably following by now, he's going to watch it. And sometimes I can speak to him maybe last week, and then this week he's still in a trade holding and he's in profit. He is making money. But then this stage, the trader has a positive expectancy system that is being executed consistently. So congratulations to them. The 3 numbers are known. They know the edge is real. The results over a sufficient measurement period is great. They have a minimum of 3 months, ideally 6, months, doing something well. The only issue at this stage is that not every single month is positive, but the trend is positive at least. So what that simply means, I always tell people this, that if you look at the whole entire structure of the market, it moves like this sometimes, and moves like this sometimes. So if the assets that you are trading looks like this, then what do you think that your portfolio will look like? Your portfolio has to also look like this. So your portfolio looking like this is not a problem. As long as it is going, it is moving, it can do the same thing again. But if you look at this and you put this here, you could tell that there is no issue with your system. It is really doing what it's doing. Yes, it's annoying when sometimes it comes into drawdown, but if you look at the curve, you are not coming down. Ladies and gentlemen, if you look at the curve, you are not coming down. It is going up, but it's going up in the motion of how portfolio is supposed to move. If you look at the gold markup chart, it's going up, but it's still coming down and going up. So if the gold asset looks like that, your portfolio will look like that. It's as simple as that, okay? So it is not a problem if your portfolio looks like this. It is only a problem if it is breaking too much lows and is in a drawdown for no reason. Okay? So stage number 4, the consistent trader understands that this is what my portfolio look like. I will keep on doing whatever I'm doing, but I'm good. Now, the problem or the trap of this trader, I'm going to tell you, the problem that this trader in this level face is very simple. This is a trader that knows their system. They follow it. They are making money consistently, maybe 3 months, 4 months, they are making. The only issue is what I call the trap here is what we call premature scaling. Every single time that they are having a good week, good month, they want to scale prematurely. So the stage 4 trader sees the system is working and they want to accelerate the results. so they increase their position size. Not by increasing it according to a proper structure. They increase their position size. They take one more leverage, and then they add to their account faster. Then because they risk outside their actual risk frame, they now come back to the same level they don't want to be in. So the problem that you have to be careful of, if you are a trader and you are making consistent execution, which is really good, the only problem is you have to be very careful, because at this stage, you can prematurely want to scale. There is nothing wrong with you scaling, but you need to make sure you do it gradually. So premature scaling is a trap that has sent more people from stage 4 back to stage 2. It is very easy for you to move from stage 4 to stage 2. Then you will now become the learning trader. So they will be like, I was making money on Mr. Cliff. Like 3 months ago, I was making money before I could realize I am now back to this place, and I don't even know. Right now, I'm still learning again. I'm still learning again. That's what they want. I'm still learning again. Yeah, you're still learning again because you were trying to scale prematurely. Okay, you need to be patient. You need to wait. So premature scaling can take you back to stage 2, and you will now go and blame the system, even though it is a behavioral problem. Now, the behavior here is overconfidence has led to premature scaling, and premature scaling has taken you to stage 2. So be very careful at stage 4 if that is where you are, if you want to become a profitable trader. So the stage 4, this is the trap, premature scaling. Are you with me? Good. Now, the reason why premature scaling and the trap in stage 4 is very, very powerful is because it does not only just affect your account, it also affects your psychological structure. And if you have a psychological structure that is not stable at one level of risk of any of your system or structures, you eventually become unstable. So people who are normally in stage 4, if the system push them back to stage 2, sometimes they can pause trading for probably, let's say, 1 month. They're like, Mr. Cliff, I was making money, but I've paused for now. Why? Whatever happens. And then they go back to then again, and they keep on repeating the cycle. So stage 4, be very careful. What do you do to go through stage 4? Patience and evidence building. If you are in stage 4 as a trader, you need to accumulate at least 6 to 12 months of consistent performance data before considering any significant scaling. Why? Because 6 to 12 months of data will cover multiple market conditions. It is enough. You see, the reason why backtesting is easy is because backtesting, you are covering a whole lot of data in a short period of time. Forward testing, whether demo or live account, you are not just doing it fast, you are going to do it over a period of time. And it takes time. So if you are here and you're asking, Mr. Cliff, how long does it take? This trading thing, it is a process. That is why you hear people saying, it took me after this many, even those who said it took me short time, if you look at their life very well, they are lying. They are back to another stage. It is either they are not trading or they are even making money from somewhere else. I'm telling you, the trading business is stages. So stage 4 is not a time to press the accelerator quickly. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a time to build the evidence. You need to build so much strong evidence, a track record, at least 6 to 12 months of consistency, positive expectancy consistency across multiple market conditions. Then you can basically be confident and say, I want to scale up. Stage number 5, the last stage. The last stage is called the profitable trader. Stage number 5 is called the profitable trader. Stage number 5 is called the profitable trader. The trader who operates the business correctly and compounds consistently. You are the one I'm talking to now, or if you watch this video in the future and you have become this trader, you are the one I'm talking to. The stage 5 trader has everything stage 4 has, plus evidence. A documented, verified track record. That means that person has a system with confirmed positive expectancy across multiple market conditions. That means if you look at the person's behavioral framework, they are honest with themselves. They are like, you know what, for me, as soon as I finish trading, I'm going to at least close the laptop and just go to the gym and just leave the market. If I have 2 or 3 losses in a row, I'm just done. Yada, yada, yada. They know what they're saying. They're very confident. Oh man, I'm in a drawdown, but it's all good. I mean, drawdown is all part of the game. I will come back next week and see how it goes. Simple. They're not there crying, cursing the market. They're not doing none of that. They understand their edge. They are following it consistently. They know why they break their rules. They have behavioral protocols. They have everything. Now, what stage 5 looks like? In stage 5, we will not talk about any trap. We are only going to talk about what it looks like. So the stage 5 trader wakes up and knows exactly what they are looking for today. Not because the market told them, because the system told them. Their criteria is very specific. They are the ones that they know they have to drink water before they trade. Not because it's stupid, because they know that drinking water helps your mind, because dehydrated mindset is not a mindset that can make a good decision. They know they have to go to the gym. They know they have to exercise. When the market moves and leaves them on a Monday, they are not afraid. They're like, it's fine. I missed the trade today, but it's all good. We'll come back tomorrow and see what the market has for us. The market has nothing for us. They are good. Does that make sense? They have other cash cow businesses. So if trading is behaving funny, they focus on their cash cow business. They are very profitable. They are good. They are not under pressure. They separate their capital that they are supposed to use for other things from trading. They don't go and do 9 to 5 and sacrifice the 9 to 5 money and put it into trading so that they become emotional. They know what they are doing. They are good. So during the session, they execute what the system says they should execute. They do not execute what feels right. They do not execute what the social media trader said they should execute. They know what they are doing. When they trade hit targets, if they hit SL, they learn from it. If it's not going there, they cut it. If it's going there, they hold. If it goes into profit and reverses and hit their stop loss, they don't care, because according to their system, they have been following for a while. They are not emotionless. They are emotionally intelligent, regulated. They understand their emotions. Are you with me? The only specific ongoing challenge for the trader in stage 5 is complacency. If you are a stage 5 trader, you have been operating consistently, correctly for an extended period of time, you are going to begin to feel that you have figured it out. And this is where I want to advise you. Profitability is not a destination. Ladies and gentlemen, profitability is progression. And progression is an everyday awareness of where you are and where you are going. So Cliff Cheqona may have been in this industry for almost getting to, okay, so 14 years plus. After 6 years, we're going to hit it 2 decades. But then, even though I've been in this industry for a while, I can still experience a very unprofitable season in the moment if I'm not careful, if I forget how profitability works in this space. So, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to talk about why people get stuck on the stages and how to identify the stage you are in right now and the technical things. I will push this and use the remaining part of the few things I want to talk about here and add it to the part 4. The part 4 is where we are going to actually really do some practical things so that we can take it out from there. I really wish I could talk about this right now, but I really don't want to hold you guys here for more than 3 hours. That is not going to be beautiful at all. So I hope these stages I've given you is enough information even to begin with. If you have learned something today, can you drop some number ones in the chat for me, please? If you have learned something today, drop some number ones in the chat. This topic, part 3, is not done at all. In fact, I really wish I could have finished today, but the time is not on our side. So what I would then do is the beginning, early. We will start early. During the part 4 is going to be just me. So I will start early, and then we will continue the part 3, the part I couldn't finish. And then we will finish it with the part 4 and wrap up the Profitable Trader series, and hoping that this information can lead you to that profitability you are looking for. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have learned something today, please drop some number ones in the chat. Let's go from Kema segment to this segment. And if you are excited about where we are going as a community, as TP family, also let me know. Our video with Trenton that we spoke about the interview with Trenton is going to be dropping soon by the grace of God. So be expectant. You're going to learn a lot from our conversation we had. It will be dropped on we'll drop it on our YouTube channel. So don't worry about it. For all those who are asking Cliff, what about the check-in and the CSOT and all of that? Just keep your eye in the WhatsApp channel. We will communicate everything effectively in there as well. But if you have truly learned something today, I'm happy and grateful for you. I really wish that we could continue every single thing to the end today, but it will really beat a lot of time, and I'm sorry about that. So let us pause here for a second so that you can consume what you have learned, and then when we come back at the part 4, I will basically start the part 3 continuation down there. Then we will wrap it up with a part 4 full topic as well. With that all being said, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in to today's TP Masterclass. If this is your first time that you are tuning in, welcome. Thank you so much. God bless you all. Before we even go, can I just get some names and know where people are tuning in from? Let me say hi to people as well quickly, Solomon. Let me know where you're tuning in from right now quickly. I couldn't do that today because I was rushing. But then can I know where you're tuning in from? Let me know. Just drop your chats in. Just drop your country in the comment section. Let us bring it up on the screen, and then let's wrap up. Let me know where you're tuning in from. We have Abu Dhabi. Nice to meet you. South Africa in the house. Thank you for coming. Ghana in the house. God bless you. Who else we have out there? USA in the house. Global. Thank you for tuning in. Kenya in the house. Thank you. Ghana in the house. George from Namibia. Saudi Arabia. We have Kenya. Who else we have out there? Germany in the house. Thank you, thank you, thank you. KIA from USA. God bless you. Susie from Germany. Susanna, how are you doing? Chris from Nigeria. Who else do we have out there? Guys, Ghana in the house. Thank you so much for tuning in. Nigeria in the house. God bless you. Uganda, God bless you. Thank you so much for tuning in the TP Masterclass. I wish that I could literally mention everybody's name. UK in the house. There's me. Okay. Gold. Thank you. UK in the house. Thank you so much as well. God bless you all. And I will see you guys, God willing, next week. And then we will continue part 3, ending to the part 4. God bless you all, and good night.